What up? Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of WIP Wednesday Live. I am your host, Matt from customsbymatchu. We are on episode 43. For anyone who doesn't know, this is a weekly live stream where I customize live. I talk to other customizers and people within the community and chat toys and get to talk to all of you fine people in the chat. If you are new here, please hit that subscribe button and please drop a like. It really helps the channel and it doesn't cost you anything. And yeah, I don't really know how that all works. Algorithms and me are not on good terms right now. And having this weird thing with my Instagram where I post and then it's weird because I have 30,000 followers, which is a lot. And then I post and then I get 20 likes. It's weird. I'm not really loving it at the moment, if I'm being honest. So please hit that like. It really, really helps. Last week I was off. So I took a week off, not necessarily by choice. I had to work last week on Wednesday night. I was making donuts. It was really fun. And I love to make donuts. It was fun. It was a good time. But yeah, catching up. There's a lot of stuff to catch up on. I'm going to start a new project tonight, even though I'm not finished my last project. Tonight I'm going to be working on, actually, I'm mostly prepared, but not entirely. Tonight I'm working on my Brainiac figure, my CW Brainiac 5, my Jesse Rath figure. I'm going to start doing some sculpting on it tonight. Also last week, me and Ryan over at Moose Milk Media, we went over The Last of Us episode 3, and this Saturday we will be talking about Last of Us episode 4 and 5, because 5 drops on Friday and we'll be having the live podcast on Saturday night. So make sure you check us out there at Moose Milk Media on Instagram and YouTube. And join us Saturday night, 10 p.m. Pacific time for a little chat this week. So yeah, working on Brainiac. I also got some packages in. Actually, I got 3 packages in. And they're not necessarily action figures, but they're action figure themed. We're going to open some of those up before we start sculpting. But I do have a guest tonight. Unfortunately, Chris from the Astonishing News and Reviews team couldn't join us tonight. He's feeling a bit under the weather. But I do have one of the 2 hosts of the A&R Weekly. I have my friend, Dee. Hello, Dee.
What's going on? How are you?
I'm doing good, man. How you doing?
Good. Thanks for inviting me on here.
Yeah, man, of course. It's always nice to catch up with you. It's always fun. And I figured maybe you could just start by telling everyone just a little bit about yourself.
So I got into the collecting community years ago. I ran into this guy, Matt, on a sale post, I guess.
Yes, that is right.
I used to see you around, but we never said anything because that's how the collecting universe is. We just bump into people. I bought something. I was like, oh, what a cool dude, but I'll probably never see him again. And then like 4 years later, we're still talking. We're still working on stuff.
Yep, it's very true. So for anybody who doesn't know, Dee and I are local to one another. We both live in the Vancouver, British Columbia area. Dee, do you happen to know, so just keeping with the theme, do you happen to know any dad jokes? So for anybody who doesn't know, Dee is one half of the A&R. There's more than the 2 of you, but you guys are kind of the main hosts on a weekly basis. Yourself and Elvin. If anybody's not following them, please go and show them some love. Hang on, I'm prepared for this.
Are you? I had it just in case.
I'm prepared.
Okay.
There we go. So there's the socials, guys. So the A&R team do a weekly podcast. They do a lot of stuff, but the weekly podcast is kind of the main thing that Dee's a part of. And every week they do dad jokes. So I thought maybe you could kick us off with a dad joke.
Do you have any? Because I don't keep them in the back of my mind.
Well, I might know somebody who knows a couple dad jokes. So maybe we'll just have Oh
God!
A dad joke just show up somewhere here.
Thought I
need a dad joke.
Thought I could escape it. Thought I could escape it.
Not even 1 week. Not even 1 week.
I was gonna fake it, like, I tried, but I don't have any. Sorry.
Imagine what would happen if you gave me a dad joke and not on your own show. Fuck, you would never live that shit down, man. You'd never live it down.
I was
going, Maddie.
I was considering it. I was considering it out of spite. But I was like, no, I'm not gonna do it.
It is Dee's favorite segment.
It is Dee's favorite segment. He wants nothing to do with it every week.
He wants nothing to do with it, but he wants everything to do with it. He just can't make up his mind.
I love to hate it. I love to hate it.
This is Elvin thinking he knows.
When I heard that you guys are doing a little, a little live, I'm like, oh, should I? I tried to get here as fast as I could from work. Yeah, I have a dad joke for Dee.
Oh, it's
a double dose this week, baby. When Matt's like, oh, I love your dad jokes, and I'm like, oh, do you now? And then and I'm like, we should do something like this. We should definitely come on. Dee's gonna be on there. I go, I have to.
I say, oh, Dee's there. I have to go.
So I have a very cheesy dad joke. It's a really good one.
Of course you do.
Too bad our buddy Chris couldn't make it, but
I know, I was bummed. I told him we'll do this again, and we'll have him on again. Like, hopefully next time he'll be feeling a bit better. I think he felt pretty bad though, so
life happens.
Yeah, exactly.
If you're watching, Chris, that's terrible of you to abandon your friend.
Oh, don't do that.
He actually told me that he's sick of you. That's what he said.
Well,
he's like,
that would explain it right there, then, right? He's got a fever. I just want to come by, say hi. I know you guys are going to be doing your little thing here.
We're going to customize tonight.
And I can't think of anybody else besides, I can't think of other people, but Dee is one of the first and foremost guys that I would love to have representing the A&R brand. He's just been an awesome person. And with that, I will give you guys a joke, and then I'll bid you adieu.
And then he's going to Thanos.
All right, here we go. All right, everybody, listen. The world's most famous segment, the A&R dad joke.
The A&R dad joke.
World's most famous.
You just stop it, D.
I agreed with you, man. Okay, go ahead.
All right, here we go. Why do melons have weddings?
Why?
Because I know.
Oh, no, you can't say it. You're not supposed to answer it.
Okay, sorry.
Why do melons have weddings? Because they can't elope.
If I had a soundboard right now, it would go.
It would go.
It would go.
And then the crowd would go. And then Dee would fall off his chair laughing, but he's laughing. Well, you guys have fun crafting. What are you guys doing?
Elvin, have you gotten this yet?
Yeah, did you order one? I was wondering.
I didn't order him.
I think Andrew was the other guy.
Because I was waiting. I was afraid of the articulation.
He's great.
He signed off on it.
Okay.
The only articulation that's kind of iffy is his ankles. But he's good.
All right, okay. All right, I'm gonna go grab him then. Yeah, Alf.
Willie! Oh, Peggy Zero Dad, what up, dude? Sorry, I didn't. I'm gonna get to the comments in a second, but thank you very much for stopping. I know it's super early there, or not even the morning yet. So thank you. Hopefully, catch you on the replay. But yeah, Elvin,
you can't buy this.
It's so fun.
You can't buy that.
What do you mean?
Well, he loves eating cats.
That's fine.
He got cats.
Oh, where is it? Hang on.
He comes with one. He's fine. He can
he's up to your lovely cats.
Look, he comes with a cat sandwich in a baguette.
Okay, that's one of the best accessories I've ever seen.
Not as good as his giant bag of weed.
Oh, did you make that?
No, it came with it. Okay. It's not weed. I think it's supposed to be like spinach or something.
I saw it in the.
Listen, we're in BC. We're just gonna go. It's weed, okay?
I saw it in your.
Nobody in BC carries a giant bag of cabbage.
It's true.
I was wondering because I saw it in his background image for the stream, and I was like, "What is that? Did Matt make that?"
No, it came with Elf. He should have come with a pillow. There's an episode where Elf gets addicted to eating cotton, and they come downstairs, and he's doing like the Frank Sinatra, New York,
Yeah.
And he's like, he pulls out a pillow and there's like stuffing all coming out of it, and he's like, take a piece and pass it around.
Willie!
So good, so good.
Well, I gotta go and I got a show to do.
In
a bit, so I gotta go prep. My friend Justin and I are doing a show. But thanks for letting me come on for the cheesy dad joke. Appreciate it.
Thanks for stopping by. I'm gonna do one of those and snap you away.
All right, bye, Dee.
Like that.
Bye. Have fun reviewing.
Right. Can't wait till Monday to do another joke with you. You're the best.
Yeah.
See you guys. Bye.
Yeah. See Alvin. That's funny. All right, so
collusion, just snakes.
It was funny. He threw the idea at me, and I was like, "Yeah, that's pretty funny. Let's do that. That'll be fun." So, So, anyways, so sorry. We kind of started, and then I saw he came on, and I knew he was tight for time, so I kind of cut you off. So, Dee, why don't you tell everybody who you are and what you do and what you collect, so everybody can know a little bit about you if they don't already.
So, collection-wise, I do Marvel Legends, Mayfex, some SH figure arts. Some import
mostly
figures.
What comic
comic characters,
Marvel stuff.
I do like some anime. NECA Turtles, of course, not the Toon Turtles. I do movie. I had to make a decision because you could go down an endless rabbit hole with those things. They are beautiful, but and then as for hobbies, obviously I do customizing, which is why Maddie invited me here.
Well, that's not the only reason.
No, well, we like the same stuff, but like,
yes, we do.
It's relevant. In the past, I brought up some of my favorites. So I made this Swamp Thing out of a movie Venom.
Oh, that's cool. Hang on. Oh yeah, that's dope. I remember that. Anybody who has seen my Instagram, who's that Dark Claw that was made for me that got tons of love, that was made by Dee as well. That's Batman Wolverine combo. Yeah.
And Matt made me Jin from I don't even remember the game. He's a Capcom character.
Yeah, I always assume I just group them with Marvel vs. Capcom. Yeah. So
Invincible I've done. You can see it in the background.
Yeah, you've done a lot of Invincibles.
But that was my when the show came out. Every week someone asked me for one of these.
It's true. I remember that.
It was like on to my 17th, and then Green Lanterns have been popular. Today I'm working on this Teen Lantern. One of our buddies saw mine that I made a while ago. He's like, "Oh, I want one." So.
Hell yeah. So now you're doing one for him. Who is that for?
Sean.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, another big time lantern collector.
Sean swung by here a couple weeks ago, actually.
Oh, yeah.
That's nice. I haven't seen him or talked to him in a while, so.
Got to visit him soon to finish this off and then drop it off to him.
Nice.
But that's as for, I think the only thing that I don't collect that you do is Star Wars.
Star Wars, yeah. Yeah, I'm mostly past the, I'm kind of out of my, I'm not out of it. I'm just like, I'm happy with where my Star Wars collection is at. So thankfully, because, I'm at the point where like, I'm super frustrated with the Black Series. So
it seems like they keep multiplying, but different colors of the same character.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just not really loving it. Oh, thanks. I'm going to get to these comments in a second. I know I'm usually a little quicker, but 1/6 shooter. Hello, Trevor. Thank you for stopping by. Says, great job on Carson Teva. I'm going to dive into a 1/6 version if Hot Toys doesn't make one. That's sick, man. I actually offered Paul. So this figure, I'm going to quickly just add my other camera here. So this figure that I made two of them. I made one for me and one for Paul. And so I can't really explain how this came to happen because the actual project that brought this to life is still a secret, and I think has to stay a secret till May, which sucks. But yeah, there's more stuff coming around this. But yeah, thank you. I'm super happy with it. I'm so happy I can finally share it. Dee knows about the other project. I kind of showed him a couple pictures as I was working on it, and he helped hook me up with some parts that I needed for it. So, but I'm really happy with how it turned out. And I'm going to do some pre-orders. I'm going to put a pre-order up on Friday for anybody who wants it. So Trevor, if you decide you want to go down that route, holler at me. I will get you head for a 1/6 version if you want. The guy who did them for me, Cranium Kicker, he hasn't put them on the shop yet. He's I think he's reluctant to do it just because of the situation. I can't really say too much, but if you need one, let me know, and I will try to get it set up for you if you want. So, but yeah. Okay, so I'm just going to say hi to everyone in the chat real quick, D.
Sounds good. Hey, 78's here.
Yeah, I got 78. That's great. Marcus Yee's here. Hey, man. How you doing? And Peggy Zero Dad already swung by and disappeared. I said, good morning. Can't stay, though. Catch up with you later. I only woke up for a beat. He's in Scotland, so big time.
Okay, that's fair. Fair enough.
Opticon is here. That is my buddy Sean from Prince George, who sent me this fun box that I'm pretty excited to open. I'm going to actually open this first because he's here, and I don't know how long he'll be here, and I'm sure he wants to watch me struggle. So, yeah. Figure Fanatic, NYC Figure Fanatic says, what's up, fellas? Hey, man. How are you? Thank you for stopping by. Marcus says, that poor cat. Looks like really dark Brussels sprouts, and 1/6 Shooter says those are slime balls. So there you go. I didn't know that. And then we got 78 points saying D Money. Ask him about his Diamond Select Carnage.
You saw the hint of them up there on the wall. That's about the only thing they're good for. They don't really move all that well.
They don't really. That Carnage looks great if he was like 1.5 inches shorter. He's just so big. Even for a Marvel Select, he's fucking huge.
Yeah. And they have
you got some
hinge legs.
I know, I hate those stupid things. Marcus E says that Swamp Thing looks sick.
Oh, thanks, Marcus.
And Teen Lantern too. NYC says, dude, that Carson Teva is amazing. Thanks, man. Yeah, honestly, the Carson Teva is literally just a head sculpt on an X-Wing Luke body. Like, it's the fastest I've ever turned around a commission in my life. Usually there's like a waiting list, and then it takes me like 6 or 7 weeks. I did it all in like everything in like just under 4 weeks. So it took a long time. It's crazy. Hey, Matchu Toy, what's up, man?
He's the one who confused me. I was like, why? The colors and the names are so similar.
Yes, Matchu Toy is a toy photographer who has started to dabble into some painting and customizing. So I'm afraid for what happens when he starts getting really into customs, and then he changes his name to Customs by Matchu Toy, and then it gets real confusing.
It'll be a sister site. It'll be cool.
Matchu Toy also is the host on a weekly show called Between Two Sentinels with Jay Shot or Jay's Hot, if you're into that. And they did a show tonight with Detour Customs, which I'm going to check out after we're done here. So check them out if you're not already.
So much stuff going on.
Says, and struggle you will. Oh dear, here we go. Neil says, what up, bitches? Neil, look what came in today. Oh, sorry, it's not. I don't have my over camera on right now. Whoop, whoop. This came from Neil. Neil is the customer that I made that Warbird for, and he decided to send me something. I have no clue what's in this, so we can brace ourselves to see what this might be. So, 78 points says, damn, Between Two Matches is happening. Yeah, man. Morning Wolf. Hey, dude. What's up? How you doing? Okay, so yeah, I'm going to turn my other camera on so I can get started. So I think before I start customizing, so for anybody who is just jumping in, this is what I'm working on tonight. This is my Brainiac 5 from Supergirl. For anybody who's been following me for a while, you know that I've done a Brainiac 5 in the past. 2, actually. In this costume, I've done one already, but I was on a super tight timeline for that one as well, and I really hated the finished product. So I am making a better one. I got Cranium Kicker as well, or Craniac Studios, to do a Jesse Rath head sculpt for me. And not only am I giving this one that, but I'm also sending him a Season 2 Supergirl version for the first custom I ever made for him as well. So that way we can update the head sculpt on that one too. So
sweet.
Yeah, I know. I'm happy about it. I'm excited. I
guess I'll start painting as well.
Yeah, you start it up. I'm gonna open some stuff. So I'm gonna open this box while Sean's still here. So, and everyone can watch me struggle. So this box contains, for anybody who's again been following along, I got a guy named Clayman Customs to do a head sculpt of me for a custom figure I'm making of myself. Never thought I would do that, but here I am. And Sean was nice enough to print it for me.
Is it yourself? Or are you putting yourself on like a superhero body? Or
no, I'm gonna do myself. The main reason why is I'm gonna do the rest of the Blink guys this year. My plan is to do Tom and Travis and Mark again. Yeah. And because Tom and Travis are like loaded with tattoos, I figured I would be a good try to kind of copy.
Oh yeah, that's a good test.
So I'm gonna do water slide decals. I'm gonna take pictures of my arm. I'm gonna like shave it and like gloss it all up and make it look pretty. And then I'm gonna do water slides, and I'm trying to apply it to the arms as water slide decals. And if that works, then yeah. Yes.
What's that? The chemical you put on after to make it
Microsol and Microset. So Microset, I think, is the one you put on first. It helps adhere it. And then Microsol softens the paper to like the contour of the body. So like if it's not on a perfectly flat spot, it kind of like contours, and
that's what I need, because mine's like
it makes a noticeable difference. Good. Like it makes a noticeable difference. So yeah. All right, so let's see what we got here. So I'm gonna just kind of pull this out in pieces because there's a bunch of stuff. I don't know what's like. Oh, here we go. All right. Oh my God, look at this. It's all like moving tape. It's all moving tape to an action figure insert. So this should be fun. Oh, cool. This is the little boba tea things. I asked them to. So one of the things I'm doing for Paul as like an extra is I'm doing a bunch of. He's on like that podcast with Toying Around, the Boba Squadron, and I'm doing like a Boba Squadron inside joke accessory pack. So this is one of the things I'm going to add to it. These little boba teas, which Sean printed for me, which are pretty cool.
You have a lot of stuff going on. Yeah, you're always on the move, man.
Always got something, baby. That's how I roll. That's fun. I'm gonna put a little Boba Squadron logo on it too. Be cool.
What's a passion project you want to do but you haven't started yet?
I think those Blink figures are probably the thing. Is remember when I did those all new X-Men figures?
Yeah.
That was like my passion project when I first started customizing. It took like 7 years to actually get to. It was like the last things on my to-do list that I started when I originally started customizing. So yeah, it was that was kind of it. And then like now I would think the thing I'm kind of been working towards is those Blink figures. Once I did Mark last year, I was like, all right, I'm gonna aim to get the others done. Oh, yeah. Nice. He also sent me these really cool, like old school, like 6-shooters because I really wanted something better for Into the Spider-Verse.
Oh, Noir? Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't like the one
I don't really like. Yeah, it's like a laser gun. It's not really accurate.
Yeah.
You know, just because you make a laser gun black and white doesn't mean it works. So those are pretty cool. That's nice. I'm just gonna throw all this shit on the ground for now. Oh yeah, so there's a good one. So the original one that he did for me when oh my God, Sean, these are ridiculous. Oh, on Moose Milk, you just wait a second. I see Moose Milk's in the chat here. What up, buddy? Start working on that 3-foot Watto. I'm gonna open something just for you in a second because you're gonna like it. Oh yeah, I don't have to. It's right here. So here, Moose Milk, I got Sean to print this for me so I can paint it for you.
I love that guy for some reason.
Annie, I was good to your mother. Me and Ryan always make Watto jokes.
The one thing I remember from that movie is him.
So Sean bought a model for me like a while back so I could make one for my display. Yeah. And I was like, could you make it bigger so that way I can like
life size one?
Not a life size, but like a bigger one, right? And he's like, yeah, sure. Oh, nice. He made me some extra hats too. So yeah, I had him. He put when I got those head sculpts from Clayman, he then went and put a Detroit Tigers hat on it for me. I don't know if you can actually see the logo, but there's actually a Detroit Tigers logo on that. I don't think you can see it.
Oh, it doesn't pick it up.
No.
Well, when you take pictures, when you do your photos, your favorite thing.
That's great. And he did a couple different sizes, which is great. Man, you packed this very well, I have to say. It's not that frustrating because I have a knife, but...
Better safe than sorry.
There we go. You might be able to see that one a bit better. Yeah, you can kind of see it. But That's cool. And then here's all of my heads that he added the actual hat to. Man, these head sculpts are fucking crazy. All I see in these is my fucking dad. I have to solo this again. Like, I look at these and like, I mean, I do see me, but like, I see my dad so much. The smiling one looks just like my fucking dad. It's bonkers crazy. Like, all I see here is my pops.
I love the quality of his stuff.
Well, this isn't Cranium.
No,
this is Clayman, and these are actually printed by Sean. So I went to Cranium won't do stuff that he can't resell, which I understand because his price is reasonable. So he sent me these, and then Sean didn't resize them at first when he printed them. Yeah. So this is how big they came out. So yeah, as you can see, they're like ridiculous size. Like
you can still get away with that.
I don't know about that. It's a little big. Maybe on a NECA figure or something, but yeah. Oh god. It says just wait for the rest. Cool. These look great, man. These are off. These turned out really good, Sean. Really nice. Thank you. Okay, let's see what else we got here. And then there's some egg cartons in here. I don't know what these are, but let's see. What about you? What's a passion project you'd like to do if you had, like, if there was no...
Man, there's so many.
I know. That's the problem, right? You get an idea.
I'm going to make DC. I know you're not a big DC guy. I like Blue Beetle, and they just revealed a yellow and green Beetle in the comics that I want to work on. Nice. So I'll give that a try.
That's pretty cool. Oh, what's this? Like a Mandalorian helmet or something? I think we have our first broken piece, though, but that's okay. That's an easy fix, I think. Come out.
And then there were characters like Ben Reilly in his Beyond suit, but then
you like that look?
I didn't like how they off-centered. The more I looked at it, the more I disliked it, because I was like, why is his spider emblem like look weird? I'm like, oh, it's not centered. It's like a police badge, so it's off-center.
Yes,
on his chest. So like, okay, I'll make creative changes for that. Basically, I would have had to make creative changes on a lot of things before I liked it. I'm like, there's no point of this. At that point, it's a what if. Yeah. It's a what if.
Totally. Very true. Some Watto parts, some more Watto parts. He had to cut it down so that way he could fit it all on his printer. But
you thinking about getting a printer?
I don't. Okay, so this whole process with the Paul thing and these head sculpts for me have made me realize that there's a lot of advantages to having one, but I ultimately just don't have the room. Like, room is going to ultimately eliminate any chance of me getting one, unfortunately.
You can get one of those smaller ones.
Yeah, but then you're so restricted to what you can do. And the thing is, it's like I have so many friends that have them. Like Sean has one. You know, I have friends in the States. Like Draven has one. He's offered to do shit for me. You know, my buddy Charlie, who shows up on here every once in a while, has offered to do them for me. So, you know, here's my water.
Yeah, I guess you're not really at a loss for it.
Yeah, like if I needed something printed and to get it right away, like Sean's so close that you know, he could help me out. I know he'd help me out. So. This is dope, man. I love this little Watto. Annie. Sick. Love it. Love it. All right, let's get to these other pieces. Oh my god, there's so much in here. Oh my god, look at all of these things. Look at this. It's ridiculous. How do you feel about? So I thought of you when all those James Gunn things came out, and they were talking about doing a booster gold. And I was like, oh, cool.
Could be interesting if they do
it
right.
You like Booster Gold, right?
I like him. Elvin likes him more. It's not much you can... I'm not... Like, I know people hate Chris Pratt a lot, and they're freaking out about it already because they think he's the first choice or he's casted as him.
Right.
That doesn't bother me at all. I hate time traveling, so that... Him in general is a character I love to hate.
Sure. Like Booster Gold, you mean?
Yeah, time travel in general bothers me because it always ends up being a cop-out, or
That's where my issue is with it. It's like you can't really take any of the consequences seriously because it's like you can just undo them the next time. Like, it doesn't really matter.
That or
oh my
the villain
God,
just comes back again.
That's what I mean. Like, it's
the villain can never die because he's a living paradox. So like, what does that even mean? Just give up, because
that's even with the Kang upcoming, right, in the MCU. It's like, you know, I wouldn't be surprised to see them kill Kang in an Ant-Man because it doesn't matter. There'll be another one to replace him next movie. So
Kang in general bothers me for that reason, because it seems like he has all the time in the world at his disposal until it becomes a plot like convenience that he can't go back to this moment in time because blah blah blah. He's either stomping them all or losing for a stupid reason.
Right.
Because I'm like, you just lost. What's stopping the previous you or the future you coming back 5 seconds previously, knowing how you lose, and then avoiding that situation?
Exactly. That's what I mean. It's like you can undo any plot hole. You can, you know, it's just not. I don't love it.
I do like Kang though, just for the threat level he
possesses. Yeah. Man, these are crazy good. Look at these.
You're going all that, just alternate head sculpts. That's cool.
I did four expressions, and then he added a hat to all 4 of them too. So I actually have 8 different head sculpts I'm gonna have to do. And look what else he did for me. He did a Grand Inquisitor head for me because I hate the look from the Obi-Wan series. So I'm gonna paint that and change it. I like the show. I just didn't like the look of the Grand Inquisitor. So I'm going to have to change that because that looks a million times better. So
what was the consensus on that show?
On Obi-Wan, I think it's mixed. I think there's some people, like, I think actually 78 Points has an issue with the fact that, like, they left, you know, I mean, I understand how people can hate how, oh, that's pretty good too. Who is that? Can you recognize what this is?
What? Let's see. No.
Sean, who is this? It looks like Luthen, kind of, from Andor.
There. So Opticon said Luthen.
Oh, it is Luthen. Okay, there you go. Opticon said Luthen?
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Yeah. Delayed on my end a little bit. Here we go. Yeah, okay, cool. That looks sick, man. I love it. That's a nice looking head sculpt. These all look great. Yeah, I mean, I understand the criticism of Obi-Wan leaving him at the end alive, but I mean, it's not like you could kill him. Like, you can't just change it. You know what I mean? Like,
sure, you could.
Nah,
no, you can't. You can't.
Yeah, so I do understand the frustration on that, and I don't disagree with it. But I mean, as a whole, personally, I liked it.
Yeah.
There was somebody who did like a fan version of like a recut where they cut it into a 2-hour movie instead.
Someone liked that or didn't like that?
No, somebody did that, and I liked it. Like, I thought it was really well done. So it cut out a lot of the fluff.
Yeah.
So there's the rest of that Watto body for Ryan that I'm gonna do. Penny. Funny. Geez, man, that's a lot of stuff. Thank you very much, Sean, for all this stuff. It's amazing. There's so much good stuff here. I sent my mom this picture, a picture of this head, the bigger one, and she started crying.
Oh, that's so nice. That's flattering, really.
Because she's like, it looks just like your dad. It's like, aw, that is true.
That's a testament to the work.
It's true. He did a really good job. So shout out to Clayman 3D art or customs or whatever it is. I don't remember what it is, to be honest. But the movie cut is so much better, says Opticon. Yeah, I agree. The movie cut is better. So, all right, I'm gonna open this now. This is from Neil, who's in the chat, who said, "Yeah, man, dude from Andor." There you go. Did you watch Andor? I know you're not a big Star Wars guy. Hi, Nike boy. What's up, man?
No.
Nope.
I'll get to it eventually. Yeah. I'm nothing against it. Like, I'm not someone who hates Star Wars.
You just don't follow it so closely that you need to watch it right away?
Yeah.
This is great. Neil says, I don't care about any of those DC movies except Authority. Authority comics were badass. A little shocked they chose Authority since Warren Ellis is canceled. Is Warren Ellis the writer?
Yeah, the Authority
It's like The Boys, right? That's what I heard. It's kind of like The Boys.
Not necessarily. The Boys seems like it's well done, but they do a lot of stuff for shock value, whereas this one is story driven. 78 did a good breakdown of the history of the comics on the Lost Cause Collective. I don't know if you ever tune into them.
Yep. Yeah, every once in a while I do.
The history with the Authority, they like jump properties, and then sometimes they show up in like DC or Wildstorm or like so. I'm trying to wrap my head around the reading order for that.
Sure.
But yeah, 78's like read this and then this. So I gave it a try. I'm in the middle of it.
This is a Fortnite figure, I think, right?
Which one? Hold it. Oh yeah, the bunny dude. I forgot
the bunny. Names. I think he bought it for the Deadpool, for the head for his Deadpool. Oh, nice. Thanks, Neil. You didn't have to do that. I will put it to good use. Maybe I'll make like a pink jumpsuit Deadpool or something. I'm going to do a bunch of easy customs sometimes towards the end of the year, and I'm going to do a few Deadpools. I want to still do my James Bond Deadpool.
That'd be a good one.
Yeah. And he just it looks like this is a Wade head too, so yeah, that's a nice one. That's a shelf sculptor one, I think.
Yeah, Neil said sculptor.
There you go. Yeah. That's dope. Thanks, man. That's great. I will put them to good use, I promise. I'll find a use for this body. I don't own any Fortnites. Are these Jazzwares or are these Hasbro? This is Jazzwares.
That's not Hasbro, no.
Oh, and he comes with a little egg backpack too.
They are handy. I like the well, they're hit or miss because they're super stylized. So sometimes the figure looks great in the collection. Other times they look super skinny and cartoony and over the top. So I have to pick and choose.
Yeah, I've noticed that too. Some of them are very stylized.
I use them for fodder a lot.
Do you? Yeah.
Well, I made the static out of one of those.
Oh yeah, that's right. I remember that. Hang on.
Quicksilver.
Here, let me do this.
Let me angle the camera better.
I know it's always hard when you have to like move the camera and stuff.
So, and then Hasbro is releasing more of their stuff. I'll redo him because he doesn't really scale well. He's a bit tall. He's just a tad taller.
Oh, it's a bit tall. Oh, okay.
Because I put him on MCU Quicksilver's upper body,
so
that kind of made him taller than he is.
Yeah. Well, he's like really long, right? That character's long. Neil is saying those throwing stars fit in his hand.
His head.
Oh, in his head. He has throwing stars?
Which head?
Did he come with throwing stars? Did I miss something? Maybe there's something still in the box. That's the tricky part with these small pieces is
they just slip out.
Yep. I'm not seeing any throwing stars though. I'll have to go everything in detail.
By piece.
Yeah, I might have to before I. Neil, let me know. Look in the little bin that the head was in. I did look in that. There's a little green piece of paper. Oh, maybe it's in there. Oh yeah, maybe. No, it's not. Ouch. Did it just fall into the carpet?
That's the worst. I hope not.
I agree. I've been getting into sorry Neil, I don't know if they just dropped or and I just can't find them. Might need to like get my light out. Take a look. I'm gonna just put this down here so I don't forget to look after the fact. Hopefully I can find them though. Cause yeah, this is a dope head sculpt. I like it. I've always kind of eyeballed it, so it's pretty cool. And then my last thing to open before I start customizing is these signs from D. Blake Makes. So I know there's an X-Men sign in here because he asked me which one I wanted, and I said I wanted X-Men. And I hope he sent stickers because I love his stickers. Let's see what we got. Oh, cool.
What you got?
Let's see what we got here. very well packaged.
How often do you get packages coming and going?
Pretty regularly, man, honestly. This is the one I ordered. Wow, that is really nice. I understand why people...
I looked up and it's just like my eyes just gravitated to it immediately.
Previously on X-Men. That's sick. D Blake makes. So yeah, I'm actually gonna have D Blake on at some point. We got to just find a time that works for us. But yeah, man, these are crazy nice. I've heard so many good things about the quality on these things, and now getting it in hand, I totally understand why. And they're nice. They're like thick too. Like it's pretty crazy. Fuck yeah, that's sick. And it looks like there's a Marvel one here too, maybe.
Are you gonna put that on? Like, I know you take some stuff to work and like have a.
I might put these ones. I might put that one at the front of my X-Men display. To be honest, I think that'll look good. Oh yeah, that looks great too. Look at that.
Okay, I have a question.
Okay, hit me.
So when X-Men 97 starts, are you gonna do a shelf dedicated to the roster of that show? Because I know you're super specific. You're not that.
We'll see. Honestly, it depends how much I like it.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm doing a big culling of these are great. Look at how nice that is. Fuck yeah. I'm gonna do a big cull of my collection. Actually, as soon as I finish Brainiac, that'll be the next thing I do. I gotta sell off a bunch of shit.
Yeah.
Get rid of
all over the place.
All my MCU. I'm gonna keep my core Avengers team because I have all the imports now at this point, and I like those figures.
Yeah.
But other than that, I'm gonna keep those guys and my Mafex Doctor Strange and my Mafex Iron Spider, and then I'm selling the rest. So, and then I got this.
Oh, you're gonna have so much space.
I know. It's 3 shelves, 2.5 shelves. Look at that. I love that.
Well, that looks cool.
Totally cool. These are sick, man. No wonder people are all into these things. I totally get it. D Blake, thank you very much. So this was a prize I won on the 300th episode of Toy Migos. And yeah, that's badass.
Yeah, that's good.
Those are really nice. I can't wait to put these up. Really, really freaking sharp. Really nice. So thank you, D Blake. I appreciate you. I'll do a post with these in the next couple days so 6 people can like them. Stupid fucking Instagram. And then he's got cool stickers. Look at all these. It's so annoying. I love stickers like this. This is where I wish I was a graphic designer and I could do stuff where I could like change logos up. Treat yourself. D Blake makes. Treat yourself. Treat yourself. Look at these things. I fucking love
those
that.
are so good. Those are so good.
Spider-Man, Masters of the Universe, Turtles. Hell yeah. These are rad. Nike Boy says, glad to be here tonight. Thank you for being here, as always, my friend. Really appreciate you. So yeah, a couple things before I get into the customizing that I kind of skimmed over at the beginning because I knew Alvin was in a rush. So for anybody who has been following along, it won't be that big a surprise to you. Next week, my guest is going to be... Well, actually, next week's kind of weird because it is not going to be live. Unfortunately, my guest and I literally have exact opposite schedules, and we just cannot make it work.
Life.
Yeah. So we are going to actually record on Friday this week, and my guest next week is going to be Life with Brock. For anybody who is unfamiliar with Life with Brock, he used to do a weekly YouTube show called This Week in Customs, where he would look up customs using a hashtag This Week in Customs, and yeah, it's awesome. I learned about so many customizers from him, so I'm super excited to have him on and get to chat with him. And we're gonna basically do an episode of This Week in Customs, which I'm pretty excited about. So that will be next week. So it'll still premiere at the same time as it always is, 9:00 on Wednesday. But yeah, I'm going to be filming it on Friday this week. So for any customizers who might be listening to this, if you'd like the chance to have your work shown, please go and add some hashtags to any of your posts that you have put up that you would like some attention drawn to. I mean, I can't really do This Week in Customs because he's been out of it now for like 2 years. So it's going to be like kind of whatever has that hashtag on it, I'm going to pull up and just use. So, but yeah, I'm super excited. And then the week after that is going to be the night before my birthday, February 22nd. And I actually have Moose Milk Media, who is on vacation that week, who will be joining me, and we'll probably just be talking about just all of our usual shenanigans, probably.
Have any shows on the docket you guys are talking about?
Yeah, we're talking about The Last of Us. We're talking about...
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah, and I'm talking about Bad Batch. He's not watching it, but I am. But it's been good. Have you been watching Last of Us?
No, I'm gonna binge them all in one.
At the end?
In one.
It's really
go.
good.
Yeah.
As a guy who doesn't know anything about it, I can say that it's pretty fucking awesome. So I really hope I can find that Ninja Star. These head sculpts are fucking bonkers, man.
What kind of Ninja Star, or is it a printed one?
Yeah, I think it was like a 3D printed one that goes... I remember this head sculpt. I think it goes in between his teeth. Pretty sure.
Okay. I was like, oh, maybe I have one in fodder. But if it's specifically for that, then no, I don't. Like if he made it specifically.
I think it was specifically designed for that, but yeah. Oh, shut up. Matchu Toy says, your February birthday too? I'm the 17th.
That's... You guys are weird. Cut it out.
23rd, baby. That's me. That's so funny. Nike Boy says, Last of Us has been great, hoping for more action this Friday. Yeah, me too, man. This last episode was a little slow, but I still really liked it. And no spoilers, but yeah, I liked it. That was really good. I think the whole show's really good. And to be honest, as a non-superhero or a non-video game guy, I'm digging it. I really like it. I think it's really good. You know what I didn't do? I need to go and boil some water because I need to make a stamp before I can do what I need to do on this guy. And then this is what else I've been doing. I don't think I've shown you guys, Dee, but I've been working on my Age of Apocalypse Dazzler and Banshee.
Oh, nice. How far are you doing the whole roster?
I'm gonna take a break from AOA after these two. So
because I know some weren't necessarily on a team, so were you just doing like the core?
So characters? Once I got that Storm from Morning Wolf, it really inspired me to want to make Storm's team, which is like her, Iceman.
Was she the Marauders of that world?
No, she's an X-Men.
Okay.
She kind of has like a little strike team or whatever, and it's like her, Quicksilver, Iceman, Dazzler, Banshee, and Exodus. So the only one that I won't have from the team is Exodus. And the only reason I'm doing Dazzler with Banshee is because they're the same colors.
Yeah. And
they're both minimal customs. So I've been working on those.
Ooh, that's so good. I love it.
Yeah. I've been having issues. This was meant to be like an easy custom. So like I didn't prime it. I just like used the black base body and painted over it.
Yeah.
And this is the second time now where I did that and it ripped all my paint off when I took my masking tape off.
Oh, like it came up like putty, sort of like just like yeah.
Super disappointed. So I need to stop doing that. That's what happens when I try to do cheaper. And then I took these.
You can tell too because the edges are kind of like flayed a little bit.
Yeah, I was able to get away with it on Warbird because it was just on one spot and it was covered by her hair mostly, so I wasn't that concerned. But on Banshee, like I did Banshee and it pulled up all of the middle of the torso, all of the leg, and up the side. I was like, fuck you. I was really annoyed. So then this is my Banshee that I'm working on. And then he's got these like crazy like arm fin things that I made that are like posable.
What you described happened. So I was working on this for Mark, and it's an Omega Lantern. Basically, all of this was it peeled off because his body's just black. So I did what you did.
Yep.
And when I peeled the tape off, the edges kind of peeled up with it. And I'm like, okay, well, that's annoying as shit. Because then you got to go touch it up.
The thing is when you touch it up with a brush, it just never looks the same. If you airbrush
it's offset and there's bumpy edges because you can tell.
You can tell on Banshee. I tried to fix it, but I can't. So, and then I took these Hugh Jackman Marvel Select heads scaled down to make like a calm and like a screaming head.
Yeah.
And I had to like modify the chin, so I tried to make it look a little bit less like Hugh Jackman. So I redid the hair, I redid the sideburns, and I like resculpted the lips and like blocked off the chin to make it look less like realistic proportions. So I think it works pretty good. I mostly like how these turned out. So yeah,
they do look good.
I'm not quite finished, but yeah, I should be finished by the weekend. So I'm happy to be done with them, and then I can move on to Brainy, and then and then I can start some new projects. So yeah, that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. How's your work going?
The waiting game now. You know when you do just enough, and you're like, I don't want to touch anymore. I'll sneeze or something.
I know that story all too well. I'm afraid.
I am gonna work on another character though, so I'm not just gonna sit here staring at you. I will work on stuff.
Opticon says, "Gotta run. Enjoy the heads. Have a good night." Thank you, dude. Have a great night. Thank you again for all this stuff. Holy crap! I'm gonna have to find a home for all this until I'm ready for it. So I'm gonna probably paint off a couple of these heads this weekend though, because I want to just see them with all paint come together. So Nike Boy says, "My same thoughts on Last of Us." That's awesome. Marcus Yee says, "I'm convinced both Matchus were separated at birth." That's funny. Neil says, "There's 2 throwing stars in the bin with the head. If there's slits in his head that can hold them as well, so he looks like he's got throwing stars jammed in his head." Really? I don't think I knew that. I remember seeing him go in his teeth. Oh yeah, there's one spot. And then the other one goes in his tooth. I hope I can find them, dude. They're not in this thing. Unless maybe they're in this? No, they're not in there.
Is it in the corners of the box?
He said it was in the thing with the head, which is this, and it's not in there. I would have noticed, especially 2. Maybe 1 may have got past me, and it's not like I dumped them out on the floor or anything. I dumped it on the table, so hopefully it's just mixed in with all of this random stuff, and I can find it. Marcus says, "My mom sometimes calls Hugh Jackman Jack Human and tries to correct herself by calling him Human Jack."
That's a good pet name.
Matthew says, "I've been getting more into McFarlane toys. Any tips on customizing or applying paint on them?" That's D more than me. I know that D's not even that big of a McFarlane guy, but
I used to for others. They're super easy to take apart. Just boil hot water, even more so than Legends. Be careful with the stress marks, like the stress on the hips though, because they're hinged again, not like Selects. It's kind of like a cube with a hole on the leg plugged in, but if you push too hard, the sides spread and warp a little bit. It's hard to, you can see the stress lines basically.
So be mindful.
Be mindful, that's all.
I actually have never even handled a McFarlane figure ever.
I'm trying to see.
I mean, I shouldn't say that. Old stuff I have, but not anything modern. So,
I need to go and run a kettle really quick. So I'm gonna just step away for 1 hot minute,
Enjoy.
And then I will be right back. I'm gonna leave.
Let me grab that McFarlane figure, just so I can show you what I'm talking about, because mine came warped.
There we go. JL.
Oh, that's Jess. No, so what happened
Jess?
is Elvin came on and told one, and I was choked. They set me up.
I like how she's like, "Now is your time to tell us."
That's my time to shot. Yeah, she's like, "You should surprise Elvin one day and just do a dad joke." I'm like, "No, I'll never." So
I won't partake.
So Matthew, here's what I was talking about.
Oh,
so it's like
I know what
kind
you're
of
talking about. It's like NECA style, right? NECA does that too. They do.
Is that what they do?
Yeah.
So the sides here, it's kind of hard to show
Here,
it.
let me give you the screen.
Basically, these slip in, and if you push too hard or mess around, they spread apart. And I've seen people snap the sides of them. Also, this can easily warp. I know people heat this to take it off. I've seen people use heat guns to take it off, but then the diaper warps to whatever position you had it in when you're trying to pull it apart.
Right.
So be careful with that. As for paint and everything, I don't know, Vallejo or Citadel, whatever you normally use. I've seen people use Walmart stuff. I'm not gonna go tell people to buy a specific brand.
Yeah.
I personally use whatever. Like,
yeah. I think I always say that I think a good painter can get away with a cheap. Like I always use Brad as an example, right? It's like Brad's work. Brad's a really good painter. Our friend Brad Coffey, he's a really good painter. He doesn't use.
He uses like dollar store paint. I've seen people swear,
paints.
yeah. They're like, no, it won't work. It won't work. It's gonna peel off in a week. I'm like, I've known someone who's done this for like 10 plus years.
Yep.
And they're
I have figures from him, and you'd never tell. But the thing is like if you aren't a good painter, it shows.
It shows.
So yeah. Marcus Yee says, I wish McFarlane DC Multiverse figures had more blank bodies that aren't so stylized, like a basic Green Lantern or Flash would be nice. Yeah, because everything is pretty much textured, right? Like they don't really have any like smooth bodies and stuff, right?
No. I think that's his biggest selling point, because people to this day still complain about who you're getting and sometimes the articulation sucks. Like, I don't know, like either way you're gonna have people who hated him. I personally don't collect him anymore, but that's just a personal reasons. I don't hate the guy or anything.
Yeah, me neither. Whatever. Teach their own. He's doing his thing, man, and that's fine. A lot of people like it, and good for them.
His detail is fantastic, though. I'll say that. So I don't think they will stop doing that anytime soon. I can't think of any. Well, I bet all of them should have blank bodies. They're all in like spandex, but he's went the alternate route where he wants like, I want leather texturing, and I want panel lining, and I want just dial it up to 11. Like, okay.
I like the aesthetic of Marvel Legends being smooth.
Yeah.
Because they all look the same, and I like that. I like the uniformity of it, but yeah. McFarlane DC, not safe for work after hours when you were opening his legs. So Matthew, here's an answer for you. NYC Figure Fanatic says, I love painting McFarlane toys. The plastic takes the paint with less prep work than Legends. Awesome. That's great to know. Didn't know that. What up, Collector Express? How you doing, my friend? Thanks for swinging by. How are you feeling? Hopefully you're getting over your pneumonia. You got COVID and then you got pneumonia. No. Yeah, not great. Hopefully you're feeling better. Neil says those pinholes are huge on McFarlane.
They are.
And he said, Lou and Aiden Customs is converting Marvel or McFarlane DC figures into Marvel characters right now. That's cool.
So
how come I haven't seen that? I follow them. Maybe I haven't.
I'm gonna go look it up too, because I'm curious. Do they have to shorten everything, like torso, legs?
Maybe they're keeping them in that scale. Maybe they're just using McFarlane stuff and keeping it in a 7-inch scale. Maybe. So.
Yeah. Okay.
They also have great sculpts and not enough paint. They're made to be painted. Cool. That's dope. See, you learn something every night. I didn't know any of that. Neil says whole no gun thing with McFarlane DC figures is so stupid. Yeah, I agree.
That's DC's fault. That went on to Mafex as well, like the characters.
Yep, it did. Yes, it did. That's right. The Mafex Joker didn't come with his guns, and
so McFarlane did do the weapons pack though. I'll give him credit for that.
Yeah, munitions or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Collector Express says, I cherry picked McFarlane figures. I bought the gold label Eradicator today and I'm feeling much better. Thanks for asking. Awesome. Glad to hear that, man. That's great. Okay, I have to go and get that water. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
I'm just going to remove my main camera again.
What are you, out of curiosity, what are you thinking of working on McFarlane-wise, Matthew? What did Marcus ask? Rebirth Batman or the Aquaman 2 Black Man? I personally, Marcus was wondering if you should get Rebirth Batman or Aquaman 2 Black Manta. I like Black Manta's design, but at the end of the day, it's really what's more aesthetically pleasing, because there's so many Batman figures right now. And I know Rebirth Batman has been done before, so it just depends which one you like more. That's always the hard part, deciding which figure you need to choose.
Especially if you're going to be one of those people that doesn't pick up like a million of one character.
Yeah.
Especially with McFarlane, it seems like they got a lot, so. Oh, cool. NYC says painting McFarlane Scarecrow as we speak. That's dope. Marcus says, I'm debating on getting McFarlane Rebirth Batman or upcoming Aquaman 2 Black Manta. I don't, or both. I don't know when Black Manta comes out. Yeah, he puts shit out pretty quick. You know, I will say is those new Dark Knight movie figures that he just showed off. Like, I actually think those are cool. They almost got me interested in something. So yeah, I think they look really good.
It's funny when like you get interested and then you buy it and then it's just
and then you're like, oh,
like that was it.
Yeah, that could be a problem. So yeah. Matthew said adding some paint details to the suits to bring out the textures better. Nice. Dee, Matthew printed off some Ninja Turtle statues and he painted them. They turned out really good. For someone who doesn't really have a ton of experience with painting, he did an awesome job. They look fucking really good. So I'm making a texture stamp right now because this Brainiac figure has texture all over his body. I dyed this purple. You can see how different I got dyes from the soft plastics.
I like that.
I like this. I don't like this. This is too dark.
Which one? Which one do you hate? Like
I like the hard plastic stuff.
Okay.
Like that lighter purple, I like it better. But it's all gonna get repainted anyways, it doesn't really matter. It was more just like a cautionary just in case kind of thing.
Yeah.
So is this good yet?
I'm gonna go grab one of my other bodies. I'm gonna do some sculpting.
Nice. I'm gonna make a stamp right now. Here we go. So this, for anybody who doesn't know, is blue stuff. This is like you can shape it. Where can I make a stamp? I'm gonna make it from the back here because it's nice and flat.
Is that softer than green stuff, or what's the difference?
Have you used this before, Dee?
No, I've not used that.
So yeah, so this is basically like it kind of dries. It's not a sculpting medium. It dries like this. So it's like bendy. Okay. It's meant to be like a mold. You could basically make a mold out of it. So it's like a temporary mold, and then when you want to change it, you just warm it up again. You just put it in hot water and it becomes pliable. And then so what I do here is like, because I want to cover up the peg holes, I need to re-sculpt the lower arms. He had gauntlets. This Vision figure had gauntlets on his lower arms.
Oh, so you pried them off?
So I sanded them all down, took it all off. And then what I'm going to do is I'm basically going to use the texture stamp I'm making. So I'm going to lay a thin layer of epoxy down, cover those peg holes, and then hit it all with this texture so it matches the rest of the body.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've done it a couple times. It works pretty good. I did it for, remember that Arsenal figure I made?
Yeah.
How his skin's supposed to look like concrete. So I went downstairs with this. I brought a hot mug of water downstairs with the blue stuff in it. And then into my parking garage. And I just went up to like the most concrete looking brick I could find. Yeah. I did. I just left it there, let it dry, pulled it off. And yeah, it worked like a fucking charm. It was awesome. And it's nice because if you want to like add some contour to it, you can just like hit it with a hairdryer and just kind of bend it until you get it to where you want it.
Yeah.
But it works really good. So yeah, there you go. Collector Express's blue stuff's great for making push molds. Yeah, it's not great for like full things. Like you couldn't do like a head or an. I mean, you might be.
I've done like the Dixie cup method for the heads, like in the past.
Yep. Yeah.
I wonder if I could have. Oh yeah. So I did this. This is just resin. Before we got our Bravi Reyes, I did
nice. I remember
this
that
with
figure.
Aves. The fire is all broken down now. This thing's old.
Hot glue, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I did. I made one out of Aves. I'm like, I never want to make this head again. So I made just a resin and a silicone mold, and I poured it in, and it worked.
Nice.
So.
I tried that once, and it minorly
bubbled.
Worked. It was bubbly, but I fixed it, but it didn't work well enough. So, Collector Express says Nolan versus figures look really good. Yeah, I think so. Matchu Toy says, I picked up Rebirth Flash and Reverse Flash, and then I picked up Hal Jordan, and then the Bat Family Pack, and now I just got Aquaman and Red Robin in today. So I just did a deep dive into DC in 4 days.
See, I like them because they make characters that I read, and that's the only avenue to get them. But like, he's my favorite character, and he's been in the shoebox for the last year. Because I don't know, he doesn't sit anywhere. He doesn't fit with anything.
Yeah, that's a problem, right?
Yeah. For me, I'm just picky like that.
Says, I just hate the scale on them, especially with the Bat Family. Yeah, isn't Robin like as tall as Batman? It's weird.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. That's cool, though. Oh, and Superman. So basically, I was just the Justice League and then Batman.
He went all out. It sounds like
He did,
I was reading that list. He's like, I only have this.
That's an Elvin move right there. That's what that is.
But I'm not mocking you. I mean, clearly I have some too.
Yeah, man, teach their own. Well, look at me. Like, I started collecting those wrestling figures back, and Matthew knows this too because me and him chat about wrestling figures pretty regularly. So I started collecting wrestling figures in July. I made a bunch of rules and then immediately broke them all.
I mean, yeah, that's why it's hard. Right now, I'm in a no spending mode because I'm saving money. So I'm not buying any figures.
I've done a good job this year, but last year near the end, I got a little crazy. Like, this is what I got to. Like, look at this. So I went from nothing wrestling to this.
Yeah, that was fast. Because every so often
it's
I
a
see
full
like,
half a shelf.
Oh, I bought this to like put his old uniform on or something. Like you do these things where you buy them to fix them.
I upgrade them because
yeah.
The ones I like are the Ultimate Editions, which have additional articulation and extra heads and hands and stuff. So I've been buying like regular Elite figures, which is like the mid-tier ones, and then like buying an extra Ultimate body and then swapping them. They're really, really customizer friendly. Like the torsos are super easy to crack, and like I've done like 8 or 9 now, and like I haven't had any issues at all. They're all.
I cracked one, and then I saw the joints where you put the legs into were kind of weird. Like they were a ball, but then like a rubber like cap went over the ball.
On the
WWE,
yeah. I haven't had to deal with I haven't had to do leg swaps yet. I've only
had to do
torsos, and it's been mostly easy. So yeah.
Okay, I'll bring it back. What did Neil say? McFarlane is anti-scale and anti-female. He's a strange one. I wouldn't say he's anti-female. He just keeps making like Elseworld Wonder Womans for some reason.
Right. Well, didn't he have that thing where he was like? Didn't he do that interview where he did? Like, women don't sell and blah blah blah. It's like.
I saw the point he was trying to make, and I'm like, you worded that in the worst possible way you could have said.
Yeah, really.
Now you just sound sexist. I saw what you were going for, but like the choices you've used here today are not going to sit well with consumers. I'll be right back.
All right, sounds good.
I'm just getting one of the Shriek's body. I'm running low on her. I need to stock up on her.
You got to go to your trunk.
Yeah.
The joke in our local group is that Dee keeps a bunch of shit in the trunk of his car, and it's like his magic toy chest. He like has like all these fodder bodies and stuff. Like I remember one time I was looking for like a modular Iron Man, and he's like, "Oh, I have an extra one in my trunk." I'm like, oh, that's a weird place, but okay, good. Matchy Toy says, "Oh, I picked up that raw pack from Target. How do you like it?" I like it a lot. I like Razor and Green. I love that classic Undertaker. If they ever do an Undertaker in Ultimates form in that. Either purple or gray, I'm fucking in for sure. So, and 123 Kid. I mean, I really wanted to buy it for the money, to be honest. Those money wads and the bundles and stuff, those are cool. NYC says, I'm going to try sculpting for the first time ever next weekend. Going to try and add more damage to a Marvel Legends zombie Iron Man. That's an awesome idea, man. Hit me up if you have any questions. Happy to help you out if you want. But you got this. That's a great way to start. Battle damage, great way to start sculpting. Because even if you fuck up, you can make it work, which is great. I'm actually doing I've never done a battle damage figure. I'm actually doing a battle damaged Spider-Man for Prime to the First. Me and him are going to do a little swap. He's going to make me a Deadpool Wolverine arcade so I can put it on my Deadpool Wolverine shelf, and I'm going to make him a battle damaged Spider-Man. So pretty excited about that. That's coming in pretty hot too, so. NYC said, yo, speaking of breaking wrestling figure rules, I grabbed like 20 something AEW figures during the ringside end of year sale. No idea where they're going. That's funny. I haven't gotten into AEW at all. To be honest, I'm not. It's all my love for wrestling is 100% nostalgia based. Like it's all nostalgia based. Like I just I stopped watching in like 2002, I think. So anything that's outside of the 87 to 2002 era is a pass for me. But I heard AEW is really good. So, and those ringside sales are fucking nuts, man. I saw some of the prices on that shit, and it's bonkers.
What are you buying?
NYC Figure Fanatic said Ringside Collectibles had a huge end of year sale, and he bought 20 AEW figures because the prices were like crazy good. So Yeah, hit me up, NYC. I'll help you out, man. I'll give you some pointers, and yeah, he's gonna start sculpting for the first time next weekend. He said so.
Oh, that's fun. That's exciting.
Yeah. He's gonna battle damage up that zombie Iron Man that he bought. So I like deep dive off the cage with those. That's funny.
A retro Hercules for the Sunman costume. Oh, that'd be cool.
That's cool. Yeah, I saw the beginning of the Sunman. It looks good already. He's been making Marvel Legends style He-Man figures. Collector Express has been. He did an awesome He-Man not too long ago.
Did he use Sentry's head?
Yeah.
I think I've seen it. Let me see here.
It's awesome. And he did that with Hercules, and he took... Where did you get those boots from? I think it was actually from a Mattel He-Man. I might be wrong.
I think it was He-Man. Collector
So
Express.
so DC, I can peel this off now. It's cooled down enough, so I just peel it off, and it gives
that was fast.
Yeah. So then it gives me that nice texture that I'm looking for, which is great. I'm going to try to do one that doesn't have the curve of the body. I'm going to see if I can get one maybe on the leg here that I can.
I'm going to try some sculpting today.
That's a great idea.
I don't see why not.
My sculpting is going to be minor today, but I'm still going to do some. So,
and I'm going to try some Procreate.
Oh, look at you living on the edge. Oh, you haven't used Procreate yet?
No. You described it as tacky chewing gum?
Yeah, I said sculpting with bubble gum. That's what it reminds me of. I don't love it, if I'm honest. I much prefer green stuff. I feel like I get the same result with green stuff, and it's like makes me want to punch myself in the face.
I have like a cube of green stuff left. Like, you know how it comes
running
in
out?
Yeah.
The tubes? Yeah.
I went to the store and like, oh, we didn't order any because we thought we weren't going to be here anymore. So.
Who is that?
Pastime Sport, or is it? It's a sports store in Guildford.
Oh, nice.
And Metrotown has one too.
Cool. I've been buying most of my supplies locally lately, and I've been going to Imperial Hobbies because they have a really good selection of paint and sculpt.
They only have one?
Yeah, just one, yeah.
It's pretty... Let me see.
Marcus says his green stuff is flexible as Procreate. It's not as flexible, but it's still pretty flexible. Like these Banshee wings I did, I put a wire in them.
Yeah.
And like, you know, I can literally bend them.
Oh, is that oh, sweet.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And I dyed them black, so that way even if the paint kind of starts to break, you won't see any green.
I was wondering, I was like, how am I gonna I'm gonna have to start dyeing stuff soon because I'm getting to the realm of like
just be mindful, man, because honestly, dyeing it's great, but it also sucks because
I know
that dye comes through. Like
I did some I
did my Hardy Boys figures for my WWE stuff, and like it was it's not good, man. It didn't turn out good. I mean, it turned out good, but it won't be good for long. Like it's already starting to come through. It's like, fuck off.
Well, I don't know what I'm gonna grab her. I used it's like floral spray paint.
Oh, okay.
And it created like a shell over the figure, so it was even pretty hard to scratch, but it bled through everything.
Yeah.
So it didn't really.
The paint did the shell paint.
Yeah, one sec, I'll show you.
Oh, interesting. So yeah, Marcus, green stuff is flexible, but it's I would say Procreate's more flexible for sure. But it is still both are flexible. I would say they both get a good amount of
here. You can see like, so I did her emblem.
Yep. Hang on. Let me give you the screen. There you go.
At the top, it's starting to turn pink though. Her white.
Right. I see what you're saying.
Oh, it's kind of blurry. But anyway, this is starting, and this vibrant pink here. This is like coated on. I don't know how to describe it. Well, once I sprayed it, it became like a shell of plastic.
I mean, it's good that you know that it does that though. Like the thing is like it sucks when you do it on something that like you can't afford for that to happen. Like I don't know if you remember when I was working on my Bagley style Venom and I was struggling. Remember I was struggling with the logo, the Venom logo,
just because of the butterfly joints. Yeah.
And I ended up just painting it on. I started by sculpting it and I ended up painting it on. And because I had dyed an Omega Red body, like now the whole bottom portion of is all like muddy. It's like grayish.
Oh, okay.
It's all coming through.
should
It
look
was
at
so
mine.
nice and crispy clean too, and I'm so disappointed. So it's okay when it's like even with this, right? Like if this dies through, the dye goes through, it's gonna be on a purple body anyways, so it doesn't matter. It's just like when you have something like that where it's like white on top of black and then all of a sudden it starts to come through.
Mine's
So-
decent. I did this before they revealed the
Man,
actual.
I love that. Yep, I remember when you did that. And then everyone in our group was like, "D, can you do that?"
I was like,
Can you
as
do
I'm
that
trying
for
to
me?"
paint this, it's just a shaky hand.
It's funny.
So
that
yeah,
looks fucking
before they
amazing, man.
released the Null 2-pack, I took a movie Venom and painted the spider emblem on it.
Yeah, that looks wicked. That looks really
And then I changed his legs because he had
Yes,
chicken
I
legs
remember.
before.
Yeah. You changed them to Marvel Select?
No, I
No.
sculpted these.
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
the feet were just the old Venom
Oh, right. I remember.
absorbing man.
Yeah. Southtown Paint Apps says, "What up, my friend? Here to show love and support. Thank you, sir. Hello. Oh, and another thing I didn't mention was Summer Swap. For anybody who might be interested in doing the custom figure swap, the legendary secret swap. So the summer edition is now in sign up mode. So if anyone's interested, sign ups are up until the 24th. I am not running this one as I usually do. I run the Christmas one. Draven runs the summer one, but I probably will be helping them a little bit because we've only been up for a week, not even, and we already have 30 people, which is more than we've ever had for summer swap. So
That's good.
fuck yeah, man. So Southtown Paint House, I'm looking at you, Collector Express. If you guys are interested, hit us up. Collector Express says the boots are resculpted Hercules boots with 200 times boots parts grafted to them. The feet are 200 times He-Man feet. Lots of dremeling. The 200 times boots or 200x boots maybe are solid with no articulation. Oh Jesus.
Oh, okay.
Well, they look amazing. They
Yeah.
were like really detailed. And then he painted them and they just came to life. It was great. NYC says, would you suggest getting the green stuff sculpt kit? It comes with 2 sculpting tools and files.
How much is that?
I don't know. And it kind of depends what you use. Like, to be honest, you want to have something that is like, I like these tools a lot. What do you use, D? Like, I like these tools because
Those exact same ones you're holding.
yeah. I like these ones because I like the silicone brush. They're nice. They're really user-friendly. They're good for blending. But so are these ones because you get this little thing that you can kind of like make dents and stuff with, but you can also use like the rod part of it to like thin out stuff and like blend it into the body. But yeah, honestly, man, you gotta kind of have to play with it. And to be honest with you, I find the thing with a lot of those sculpting kits is like you pay a lot for like a gimmick. You could probably find the same thing or better for cheaper, to be honest. Again, if you want to hit me up, I can probably throw you some ideas of what maybe look for.
Like,
or if you can send me a
what
picture.
it even is. Like,
Yeah, because I don't even know what it is. But I always found that those things are really gimmicky, generally speaking.
Because I see the War World green stuff sculpting kit.
Yeah.
And the tools look like hard metal.
I don't mind some hard metal stuff. It just
Yeah.
I find that those silicone ones are significantly better. That's all. But I think everyone has their thing, right?
2 tools and one like packet of green stuff for
That's not bad.
$17, $20.
Oh, that's not that bad. I mean, for that price, you might as well. So
Yeah.
Morning Wolf said it's Procreate for me. Once I figured out how to use the stuff, I almost use it exclusively now. Yeah, that always surprises me. Pim Particles uses it exclusively too, and I'm just like, dude, you're killing yourself.
I'm about
But I mean,
to try
I guess
it, so we'll find out if I switch over.
I hate using Procreate. I avoid it at all costs. The only time I use it is when I'm doing like a loincloth or something like that. Where it's like I really want, or like hair. It is pretty good for hair once you get used to it. But I mean, I'm just not really good at hair, so
Fair enough.
Yeah. I'm getting better. I feel like with every one I do, it's a little bit better. Like those Banshees that I did, I'm really happy with. So, and I did them exclusively with green stuff. So, Marcus Yee says, I remember Matthew mentioning Mod Podge and water to coat, and it should work.
For which?
Are you talking about Mod Podge and water to coat? Are you talking about for what, water slides? Or are you talking about? I've used. I don't. I only got into Mod Podge because of you, actually, D, because you used it to cover your water slides, right?
I used it for just like I used to cut out just printer paper, and I needed to stick it on. So I used Mod Podge for that. But like for the decals, like this guy, I didn't use it. I didn't use much. I just used this like spray clear coat.
Yes, yeah, that's what I use. I clear coat everything now, and then I still have my Mod Podge because I'm like, this could come in use somewhere down the line. So you never know, right?
This was Mod Podge because it was just printed.
It was just paper, right?
Yeah,
and you needed to protect it. Yeah, that's fair enough.
And then this one, I really like the decals when you can see the texture.
Yeah, for sure.
Like that.
For sure. Yeah, I like that figure. That figure turned out awesome. It's really nice. I'm not gonna lie, I'm still pretty biased. I just really like my that dark claw you made for me. It's just
I should show them that. Well, you've showed it off 1,000 times. The gin you made me. I'm gonna go grab it.
I do love Jin. He was very fun to make. Very fun to make.
I just stare at it. It's on my shelf. I'm gonna go grab it so I can show everyone.
All right. Let's add some more to this guy's arms so they're not so scrawny. I remember when I met Jesse Rath and I gave him his figure last time, I was just like, this figure does not match your body at all. You're such a small dude. He's just very lanky, is what I'll say. He's not super tall, but he's very lanky. Hopefully that's not like offensive because it's not meant to be. Jesse's a very nice guy. I can't wait to get this to him. So, especially he never asked me or anything. I was just like so dissatisfied with the first one. I was like, I want to do something cool for him. So, all right. I have to add a bit more there to make it a bit thicker. So what I'm basically doing, guys, is I'm just thinning this out as thin as I can so I can cover up because there was gauntlets on the arms here. So.
So here he is. Matt made me this.
And I'm giving you the screen. Oh, he still looks pretty good too. I always worry about like over time how things kind of.
No, he looks fantastic.
I love that figure, man. That was such a fun figure to make. I'm one of those weird people that enjoys painting white. I hated it. I enjoy the challenge. It's difficult, but I love it.
The last so I did this years ago. This was like the closest all white.
I remember that's the first custom I think I ever saw of yours. I'm pretty sure.
So that white was a headache because I was like, I'm never doing white again. And then I wanted to do Bloodshot.
I remember when you did Bloodshot. That's on a Gung Ho, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I'm never painting white again. I just keep saying it, and then I keep finding characters that look
that are all white, and you're like, oh damn, I guess I'm doing that.
It's just the part where you mess up, and you're like, okay, I gotta touch this white up.
I know that's the worst part. Is when you gotta do a touch up. So like I got suggested. So with Banshee and Dazzler. Somebody suggested I try liquid masking stuff. Have you ever used that before?
No, I've seen it, but I've never tried it.
So I was stupid and I was just like, oh, this seems like it should work. And I used it on both of them. And honestly, it's so hard to get off into some spots. Like I was like, shit. I kind of had to like repaint a lot of it because I couldn't get it off cleanly. And then everything I scratched off, I scratched the paint off with it. And I was like, oh, fuck.
That's the frustration. It's like that makes me want to give up.
I know. I actually had to stop that night because I was like, I just can't. Marcus E said Movie Venom still one of my favorite Marvel Legends figures. Such a fun piece. I agree. Collector Express says awesome or excellent work on that spider logo. I think he is referring to your Venom.
Yeah.
NYC Figure Fanatic says, and should I use green stuff for my first time? Yeah, I mean, I think you should try. I mean, I find Aves is probably the most user-friendly personally, but I think it's all about just getting used to something. So if you try green stuff and you like it, I think there's benefits to green stuff. Like, I feel like it's good for like...
I used to hate it, now I swear. Like, I use it
for hair.
Same
here. I used to not like it, and now I like it a lot. So I use it for more and more now. I find like I'm using it for more stuff more regularly. So yeah, I don't know. I don't think there's any. I think no matter what you do, it's just going to be a matter of getting comfortable. Honestly, like yeah, once you find your groove, you'll be like, oh, this is it. And then when you change it up, you'll be surprised at how different it feels. So I just like Aves because I feel like epoxy sculpt blends really easily. And yeah, I feel like it holds detail really well. But I mean, ultimately, I think green stuff's pretty fucking good too. I'm just not a fan of Procreate. I find Procreate very difficult. 200X is what Motu people call the 2002-2003 Motu cartoon and figures. Gotcha. I'm not a huge Masters of the Universe guy. I kind of just know. I think I have Super 7 movie He-Man and movie Skeletor, the main Skeletor, not the golden one. And that's all I have. So I used to be obsessed with that Masters of the Universe movie, even though it's terrible. But when I was a kid, you couldn't convince me that it was terrible. Did you like it?
Oh, okay, you're a kid. I was like, do you like it legitimately or?
Yeah, I've gone back and watched it since, and it's just whatever. Like, it's not great, but it's not. It holds a place in my heart. It's nostalgic for me, so in that sense, it's good. But yeah, it's mostly bad. And I can see why fans hated it because it's like, where's all the characters I love? I mean, I guess Beastman was in it, but like, and I guess Evil Lyn too. I guess there was some, but then there was just like weird stuff like Blade and Karg or whatever his fucking name was, and Courtney Cox, you know. But yeah, did you ever see that one, the He-Man movie?
If I did, I blocked it from my memory. I don't remember it at all.
And Wildor was like the little elf dude, and he's like, "Get the key."
So what's the premise? They like came to Earth, like our like
yeah,
came, okay.
Yeah. So basically, there's this thing called the Cosmic Key that Skeletor is trying to get. I can't remember the reason why he's trying to get it, but like basically, there's like you can like travel to like different times. I guess it's kind of time travel-y, I guess, and it kind of opens like a portal, I guess, like when you use it, and it's kind of like this like. I don't even know. It sounds like a synthesizer when you press the buttons. It's like, dun, dun, very of its time, right? Very in the 80s. And He-Man and Skeletor come through the portal. I think He-Man comes through and then Skeletor follows him or whatever. And he kind of takes over Castle Grayskull. Skeletor does.
Oh, so Grayskull's in it. Like they didn't.
Grayskull's in it. It starts in Eternia, so like
okay, they didn't cop out and like remove everyone. Like you guys are both on Earth now, so we don't have to budget.
There's the final battle takes place in Castle Grayskull when He-Man tries to like take back Castle Grayskull, basically.
Interesting.
Yeah, and I don't know. It's cool. Like there's certain things that are cool. Like there's no like Prince Adam. Like it's just He-Man.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. He doesn't have, you know. Whatever. And then like so Courtney Cox's character is like she's moving away for school or something. I can't remember exactly what it is. I can't remember exactly the storyline, but and she kind of gets tangled up in it. Her boyfriend like finds the cosmic key and opens a portal, and because he's a musician and he's like, this is some kind of European synthesizer, some shit like that. It's pretty weak.
It's sports time. Like it's
fine. It's fine. Honestly, I mean, it's okay. It's not great, but it's just whatever. So I can imagine that Collector Express probably has something to say about that. Marcus Yee said Mod Podge and water for coating a dyed figure. Oh yes, sorry. Yeah, you can try it. I don't have any long-standing proof that it works or it doesn't work. So what I did with Brainiac here was after I dyed him, I put him in soapy water and left him there for 5 days.
Oh, wow.
And like every day I changed the water and it was like purple. So like the dye was still coming out. So I'm hopeful that will help some of it. But again, I don't know how much I'll notice because I'm just painting in purple anyways. So I don't know, you know, like I don't really see the black show through on my Venom figure because it's painted black, right? It only shows up on like the lighter colors. So yeah. So I did Mod Podge and I did super glue.
You always have these like
brush on
concoctions because I asked you about tackiness and you're like scrub it with like toothpaste,
baking soda
and baking soda.
Baking soda and vinegar. It's worked
Okay.
for me, but it's not consistent.
I don't know. I do it, and I haven't had problems.
Yeah,
I don't want to say
same
that
here.
that's the reason, but it's
Me
hard
neither,
to
me
dispute
neither.
it.
I'm just saying that I've had luck. I hate to give someone something
Advice,
and
yeah.
then it doesn't work, right? And then I'm like, oh shit.
Same. I see a lot of like on Facebook, like, or people will message me, what kind of paints do you use? Like, I use this, but I'm not telling you to. Just remember that, because when it flakes off or whatever. Same with
don't come to me.
Same with sealers.
Yep. I mean, the thing for me that saves me with sealers is I get a lot of like newer people asking about sealers, and I can't really give them any opinion because I use an airbrush, right? So
oh yeah, true.
Most of them
just
don't
buy
use an
Vallejo?
airbrush. Nope, I use actually, weirdly enough, I use Liquidex.
Oh yeah, you told me actually. I went and got some of that stuff.
Yeah, it's great.
You can use it to
brush. You can use it to brush on too, but I use it in an airbrush and I like it. I use the matte and the satin finish, but then I always hit everything with a coat of Pledge floor care, which I use to tighten joints, and I also use it as a final coat because it gives it kind of like a official kind of glow to it, like a Hasbro-esque kind of glow to it. I really like it, and it smells good. So
I didn't try the
it smells like pine.
I didn't try that pine stuff yet.
It's great, man. Works really, really well. It works good for tightening joints, and it works great as a clear coat. It's not super protective. That's why I usually do a clear coat first, and then I do that on top. But yeah, it does work really well. So
okay, I'm gonna mute myself while I Dremel.
Okay, sounds good. I'm gonna check out some of these comments.
Oh, Radiant Black.
Oh damn, Radiant Black.
I did all of them, man. They started showing up one by one, and I'm like, okay. I just gotta keep making these guys.
Fuck yeah, dude. I love all of those. They all look awesome. I don't know the characters at all, but they just look so good together.
Yeah. I love it.
Yeah, those are great. NYC Figure Fanatic says, I'll hit you up on IG before I buy the tools. Thanks, man. Gotta go knock out. Catch you on the replay. Thanks, buddy. Yeah, hit me up with a message on IG and I'll help you out. I'll hook you up. I'll figure it out with you. Always happy to help out. Thank you for stopping by and for engaging in the chat. Really appreciate it. Marcus Hughes says, in DC deceased Green Lantern Dina Lance. D knows what you're talking about. That's pretty cool. I remember that one too. I love all their little ring hands.
Yeah, I like the rings part.
Those are dope.
After my like Green Lantern business took off after because I know
you used to. I know you used to do. You've done so many lanterns. I feel like that's what you're always doing. Like, oh, more lanterns. Okay.
I had a fun one. I'm gonna show one off if you don't mind on Instagram.
Yeah.
I don't know if it'll let me.
But if you can share, can you share?
Oh, that's me. Yeah.
Oh, it does. Yeah.
So this is someone had me do this Mongol and Yellow Lantern.
That's Sean too, right?
No, someone in the States. After they showed me do Sean stuff, he reached out to me.
Oh, cool. I didn't know that.
This one as well.
Oh, that's dope. I remember that one.
Yeah. What else did I do? Just I was seeing if I here's when I did the Secret Santa you were talking about earlier. I did someone asked for Wolfman.
Yes, I remember that. That's dope.
I did it out of an Iron Man. A bunch of other stuff really. I sculpted the scales.
I remember that. I remember consulting with you on that.
Yeah, I was like, Matt, I need your help. I need your opinion. Oh, here's another lantern I did. Atrocitus.
Yeah, he's all over these lanterns.
Also not for me. After I do them, like I kind of wish I kept that.
Yeah, that's a dope one. You've done so many lanterns, I can't keep them straight. Especially because like I don't know anything about them. So
yeah.
Guy Gardner.
Yeah.
See, I know one. I know that one.
Red Core I did. Yeah, I don't know. I just go through. Oh, I did an adult static. Toxin,
yep. I like that one too. Oh, I think my favorites. I always loved your Invincibles. They always just.
I just like. There's just so many of them.
I know there are, but
I've made improvements, so I'm like happy that I got the chance to do them. Oh, yeah, I draw as well. So for anyone
I love a lot of your drawings too. I love the Akbar one. That one's funny.
Which one?
The Admiral. That one.
It's a wrap.
It's a wrap. Yeah. So good.
My
That's so
Simpsons.
funny.
Crazy.
Man, I have been rewatching The Simpsons lately, like crazy, dude.
It's good. It's a good background show.
Man, I haven't watched Simpsons some of these episodes in like over 20 years, and like I'm fucking laughing my ass off. I started at season 3.
Yeah.
And I think I'm on season 6 now, or starting season 6, I think. Man, good stuff. So yeah, so anybody who wants to check out Dee on Instagram, I just saw Marcus say he was gonna go check it out. Oops, that's not what I want. This one. So yeah, so Dee's IG is @hostel_cc. So go show him some love, man. I don't think it's public. I think you have to request, I think, right? Or is it public?
Should be public now.
Oh, is it? Okay, cool.
I make sure to make it public before I do anything.
I couldn't remember if I had to request. That's been a long time, so. But yeah, love it. That's great. What else we got? Collector Express says, love that Jin figure.
It's so good. I love it too.
Is for Jing. Thank you. Yes, I also love it. I'm a fan. Collector Express says He-Man and Skeletor fight in the dark during the final battle because they ran out of money. It's true. One of the other things too that I remember about that He-Man, it's the first movie I ever remember watching with an after credit scene. They do like Skeletor.
What was the
Skeletor?
Okay, tell us.
Yeah, so in the end, Skeletor. Spoilers for Masters of the Universe from.
Yes, bro, you spoiled it for me.
But yeah, so in the end, Skeletor gets defeated by He-Man. He falls down this pit, and you think he's dead or whatever. And then after the credits roll, it shows like water, and then all of a sudden Skeletor's head just pops up, and I can't remember if he says something or if he just is there or whatever. But that's pretty much how it ends. Nothing crazy.
I dig it.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah,
it's aight. I was going to do the boots tonight, but I'm worried that I'm not going to be able to put my hands anywhere because the wrists are done, the elbows are done, the back is done, the knees are going to be done. So I think I'm going to just do the knees, and then that'll be it, I think. Because I don't want to overcommit. But I really need to finish Banshee and Dazzler. It needs to happen.
It's hard, man. Just like
it is hard.
This is what I'm sculpting now. I guess I'll share it.
Let's see here. Oh, you're sharing it on here? Oh.
Yeah. So I need to sculpt her like tummy alien scarab thing.
Yeah, what the fuck is that thing?
It attaches to human host. It's basically a robot symbiote.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool, actually.
So I hate the fact it's on her stomach because
yeah, it is a little bit weird.
That's the stupidest place to put it because normally it goes on the person's back.
Ah, okay.
But it's one of those things where they released a new color of said character, and I have a desire to make it. Same with Radiant Black, how they released a red and yellow and pink one. I'm like, oh shit, I gotta make these guys. Like my OCD brain.
Yeah, can't just have one. You gotta have them all.
And then they revealed the green one. This isn't spoilers because they're on the cover. So if I offend anyone with spoilers, this isn't one. Yeah, Marcus, he asked, is that a Blue Beetle villain? Yeah, it is.
Oh, nice. Are you excited for the Blue Beetle movie?
Okay, so here's my thing. If it's good, then sure. But they're not marketing it very well.
Yeah, I feel like they're gonna kind of let it do its thing and then decide if they're gonna keep it in the universe or not.
Yeah, because like all the media I've seen for it has been other people's leaks from their like Instagram pictures.
Right.
Like I haven't seen anything truly official.
And it's coming out soon, isn't it? Coming out in like June or something like that?
Yeah, it's this year.
I learned something about Blue Beetle that I didn't know. Marcus was on the show in the chat on Saturday.
Yeah.
And he was telling me that it's like a Latin American superhero.
Jaime Reyes.
That's cool. I didn't know that. I always love that kind of stuff.
They're doing they released a mini series though where they're doing this thing where he's speaking Spanish, but they don't translate. Nice. They don't translate it. So like
they don't translate it.
I don't know what the hell he's saying.
It's only for a select group of people that get to know.
And it's kind of cool. Like cool. Like I'm not part of this club. I understand. Like I'm not offended at all. But a part of me is like, damn, I wish I knew what they were saying.
Kind of knew what was going on. Yeah. I have to go and grab my dog because I hear him awake and he's not going to be able to get back into bed unless I help him because his legs are like 4 inch, not even 4 inches tall. So I'll be right back.
Okay.
Sorry to just leave you here, but yeah. BRB.
Yeah, Marcus, I was curious about that. I was like, where does this exactly fit on the timeline? I'm not expecting much for it, but I'm hoping, because I do like Jaime. He's one of my favorite characters. Not a lot of people I talk to even care about him. I didn't like the Rebirth one, where they made him magic instead of like alien technology.
So is his tech like alien, like symbiote style too, or?
So, yeah, he's basically a sleeper agent for an alien invasion, but his scarab, the thing that attached itself to his spine, is broken, so it couldn't take over him completely. So he got all of its powers,
but still in control.
Yeah, like he bickers with it.
Sometimes
it's like a symbiote. It's like Venom and Iron Man had a kid.
Okay, cool. That's kind of cool, I guess.
Yeah.
We talked about the DCU on Saturday night show, me and Ryan did, and because we're both not DC fans, really, yeah,
just
we
like
both
whatever to you, right?
Yeah, but I mean, like, I'm all for. It's like I said Saturday night. Like, I'm all for something that's gonna give the Marvel movies a run for their money, so that way they can put out better content. Because I mean, I think that like I'm a hardcore MCU fan, and like I am like at the point where like I'm falling off
I'm
the
done
boat here.
Yeah.
I'm just not engaged anymore. It's not that I don't like it. It's fine, but I just like I'm not connecting with it anymore. It doesn't
have the same magic.
It's hard to follow up Endgame because Endgame was just so big and dynamic, but
people are saying Ant-Man has that same like tone, like feeling, but I don't know if people are. I don't know if I also hear a lot of people who hate it, but I don't know if they hate it just
to hate it.
Yeah.
I mean, let's put it this way. I'm super excited for Guardians, which is June. But the trailers for Ant-Man haven't really done enough to bring my hype level up. I'm still at this point where I'm like,
they're trying to wow you with effects.
Yeah, I'm gonna reserve judgment. I don't want to go into this too excited. I hope I go in and it blows me away and I'm like, I am back in, baby. Yeah. But I just don't have that confidence at this point. I'm not feeling like, I don't know. We'll see. I hope I'm wrong. Honestly, I hope I'm wrong.
Yeah,
like I didn't really like Black Panther 2 that much. It was okay. I felt like with Black Panther 1, I loved it because I felt like they did a great job at showcasing Wakanda and like what Wakanda is.
Yeah.
And then like we get the chance to do that with Atlantis. I know it's not Atlantis, but like Namor's place.
Telecon.
And then like it's just like murky water, like I don't really get to see anything, and I'm like, like you did so good with Wakanda, and now you get a chance to do something so cool, and you drop the ball. I'm like,
it's funny because Jess and I were reading comments, and people were praising like, "Oh, this is arguably the best like visually pleasing scene in Marvel history." I'm like, that murky
water? No.
Yeah, okay.
Aquaman did it better. I hate to say it, but they did. So. Marcus Yee says Blue Beetle is supposedly not directly connected to the DCEU, so it can fit into Gunn's DCU if they want to. So that's cool.
If it makes money, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah,
so we'll see.
For sure. He says I haven't read a lot of stories with him, but his whole aesthetic and his appearances in other media has been good. And he said I'd love to see some figures of the Guardians of the Galaxy 3 suits. They look pretty comic accurate. Yeah. To be honest with you, man, like I know I'm getting out of MCU. I am keeping a small selection, but Guardians hold a special place in my heart. And only if they release the whole team in those costumes, then I will probably buy them, and that'll be just something for my small little MCU display that I'm gonna have at work.
And are you? Yeah, I hate when they do like the half team releases.
Yeah, I don't want the half team. It's got to be a whole team or nothing.
Are you getting any of the well, no, you just said you're purging most of your things, but like Ultron.
That'll be the first MCU wave that I'm skipping 100%.
So that Ultron didn't even do it for you. You don't even want to
Well, it's the same as the other one. It just got a different head.
But come
We
on,
already have
man.
that.
Army build that. Army build it.
It's like, no, thank you.
I'm not doing that. You know what? I'm not, again, like to me, and again, I'm not a Hasbro hater. I understand where they're coming from. They have shareholders to appease. I get it. But to be honest with you, I'm just going to put my money where my mouth is. And, you know, like I have a hard time. The price as it is ridiculous. The fact that we've seen Marvel figures go up literally what, like, you know, in the last 2 years, it's gone for us in Canada. It's gone from $29.99 to $40.99 or whatever.
Depending
42.
on like what it is. Like anniversary figures are $40.
Yep. And I'm just like, that's ridiculous. Like I can't justify that. And it doesn't make it better that like Hasbro's putting their nail in their own coffin because they keep talking about how they're going to maximize profits, how they're going to lay people off, how they're going to...
Yeah, and stop saying this stuff.
Yeah, you can't keep saying that, especially as you continue to jack prices up. Like, what are you doing? Like, you're kind of asking for all this heat. I don't want to encourage it because I don't agree with it, but at the same time, I'm just like, you guys are literally asking for this.
They're aiming the heat at the wrong person.
Yes, they are.
Like the marketing team doesn't
has nothing to do with it. Yeah, exactly. This is way bigger than Ryan, Dan, and Dwight. So that's the thing, right? It's like, do I still love Legends? Yeah, man, I do. And I don't really see that changing. Like what I'm, you know, even with this purge coming up, most of my collection is still going to revolve around Legends because that's what I like. You know, I'm going to open up some extra room for some more NECA because I love NECA and I'm out of space. But yeah, like same with Power Rangers. Like we're getting to the point where like that list for me is getting pretty damn thin, like of the Power Rangers that I still need.
That's why I'm only doing like special Rangers, like a random like Super Ranger that shows up mid-season.
Yeah.
And people ask me like, oh, you're not getting the team. Like, no, I'm not. I don't need 17.
Well, see, for me, I'm pretty much doing anything Mighty Morphin based. So like I am getting those remixed figures because I want them to be pinless. I like the pinless and I want them to have better paint details. And I don't find the prices are like outrageous on those considering.
See, that's fine.
Yeah.
I do the OG Rangers. Like I have all those.
Same with me. I currently have those, but I'll move those to work. Like once I get the updated ones, I'll move those ones to work. And then I'll have a full set at work too, right? Same, because like I really want the Super 7. I saw the Super 7 review for the Tyrannosaurus sword, and I was like, fuck, that's sick. So that makes me really think, I'm not going to get the Tyrannosaurus, but I'm going to get the Dragon Zord and the...
I saw him at... Metropolis has him.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I mean, they look great. I watched Toying Around's review of it, and it looks amazing, and I was like, oh yeah, I need...
If you're dying to get him, like he's
I'm gonna pass on Tyrannosaurus only because
Dragon Zord they have.
So I don't think Dragon Zord's out yet.
Hold on, let me go to their
page. You're talking about the reaction, I think.
Well, maybe.
Yeah, 5 point. I think that's what's out. The Dragon Zord for that line is out. Remember when I said I was gonna stop? Here I am.
That's okay. I didn't hear that. Which one of us hasn't done that?
True. Very true. Figured I'll just get one layer on the belt in since it's going to have a couple layers on it. So don't want to waste all this epoxy sculpt. I mixed so much. I'm notoriously bad for that.
Oh, sorry. It's the Green Ranger. It just had the coin.
Oh, the Green Ranger. The coin.
It had the coin logo on the box.
I don't like those, but again, like I didn't expect to like those. Like again, I know Super 7 they stick to single joints, and I guess whatever you got to do. To me, as soon as I saw single joints in Power Rangers, I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. Like they're not meant to be single jointed; they move, and like I just hate single joints. You know my thoughts on single joints.
Yeah, no, I hate
them
too.
They're just so robotic looking. I don't care if the range is there. That's not my concern. They look robotic when all you can do is move at that one point. It just looks robotic. I don't like it. So, and I don't like honestly, like I can appreciate that work that went into them. The accessories are all really cool, but like I don't like them. I like Goldar. He's too big for my collection, but I like him.
Is he big enough to be? He
scales perfectly with King Sphinx. With So yeah, so I do like that, but I'm just like, I don't need them. I mean, if I had it my way, the Hasbro Monsters of the Week would be the same size as the Rangers, or a bit smaller, or a bit bigger. I mean, just a bit. Like, I don't like that they're like a different scale. That bothers me.
Yeah.
So I get what they're trying to do, but it just, I don't like it.
It's not for you.
Yeah, not for me. I'm still buying them.
You buy what you like, really.
Yeah. Yeah, Marcus says that's robbery. The pricing in Canada, it's crazy, dude. It's fucked. It's too much.
Not even like relative to the US. Sometimes they'll be like, not. I'll convert it. I'm like, this is still like $5 more than it should
be. We never have been though, right? Even at $29.99, I think that only equated to like $23 or something like that. It was always a bit more than the US were paying. So yeah, I don't know. That's where I'm at now. I'm gonna put my money where my mouth is. And again, right? If I don't like it, I don't need to have a big discussion about it. I don't care. I don't want, I kind of made a decision, about 6 months ago where I decided that like, I want my hobby to be fun.
Yeah.
I don't need it to be negative. And I know a lot of places get views off the negativity, and that's good. That's good. If that's your scene, then fine. But to me, I can't do it. Like, I want my hobby to be fun. I don't want it to be a bummer. And I've disconnected myself from a lot of that stuff. I can't do it, man. I can't. I really struggle with it. So I just keep myself engaged in things that are entertaining on the hobby side, because I don't have the energy to deal with the negativity.
I figure like, how do I word this? I wouldn't say public figure, but I'm going to. You're kind of a public figure, but it's mostly been positive interactions with people, I assume.
Yeah, I always try to keep it. The thing is it's not like I would ever tell someone they're wrong. Like, everyone's entitled to their own opinion. If you want to be a hater and hate on it because that brings you joy, by all means. But I just don't have any room for it. So usually when I get a comment like that, I'll just give it a like rather than a comment, because I don't care enough to spark up that conversation. To each their own.
Surprisingly, I've been the same, because you know me, I like to like.
I know you do.
But like someone said something about like, oh, you wasted a Flash figure. Like, I didn't use Flash on this at all. Like, I don't know what you're talking. Like, they've said stuff like that, but I'm like, oh, I didn't actually use that. I used this instead. Here's how I did it. I've used it as an opportunity to not be myself and be nicer than I normally am.
But I remember like Sean used to get grief before, when Anakin Skywalker Star Wars Black figure was hard to get.
Yeah.
And was super expensive. He was making Jedis with them. Man, people were fucking roasting him.
Oh,
and I'm just like, who fucking cares? Like, you didn't buy it. He bought it. And it's not like he bought it for $200 and customized it. He bought them all when they were dirt cheap. That was like with Miles, when I used the Miles on those all new X-Men figures. People were fucking melting down. They're like, you know how expensive that figure is? I was like, yeah, well, when I bought it, it was like $12. So it wasn't that much. Good. Yeah,
that was me and the Iceman. Like, you're wasting Iceman. Like, buddy, I've wasted like 30 Iceman. So you're talking about
Iceman is Shriek Part 1 for you. It's like
that, and I've noticed it more with McFarlane, and it's usually the my American like people I talk to, because our stock's just different. Yep. So they're like, you wasted that. I'm like, no, I saw like 30 of him yesterday. Like, I don't know how to like say it any better than that, but no, here it's not scarce. Like, he's
it's not a rare find here, right? It's easy to find here. So yeah, that's the other thing, is like, it depends where you live, right? I mean, we're pretty fortunate, I will say, especially in our area. Man, we get a ton of stuff, and like, I see some posts from people in like, especially like, Florida, California, and it's like their pegs are empty all the time, and I'm just like, we walk into a Toys R Us and like, it's fucking loaded all the time. Like you can always find something.
But we find stuff eventually.
Yeah,
that's what I have to remind myself. I used to freak out, like, I'm never gonna get this. Like, I'm never gonna see it, and I'm gonna miss out.
And then you're like, oh wait, no, I'm not.
No, I'm not.
Oh wait, here it is.
Rogue was a headache. I'll give you that.
Yep, I remember that Rogue being a headache. But then she showed up in spades. Remember, Elvin got like a bunch of her for like cheap.
Yeah.
I think he got her for like $7 or something like that. He bought me one. Yeah. Yeah, there you go. Marcus says figures are currently 25 here in the US. Yeah, so that's, but yeah, so I mean, comparatively, what's you know?
So
what,
to put
what are we
it
talking about?
into perspective, the stealth suit Captain Carter was $60 here.
Yeah,
because she was an exclusive figure.
That's $45 US. $60 Canadian is 45 US. For stealth suit Captain Carter. And that's like those Halloween and Christmas Star Wars Black figures, because they're all store exclusives. They're all $60 or $58.99 or something like that. It's bonkers, man. It's crazy.
Our Spider-Man Noir was marked the wrong price for like 2 months. So we're showing
$89.
$89, $90 after tax.
It's crazy.
And he was marked as a deluxe 2-pack figure or something. I don't know what the reason
it's
was.
because of Spider-Ham. That's why.
Yeah.
Because Spider-Ham was in it and they were marking it as, that's stupid. Marcus says, were the Lightning Collection monsters made to be bigger to justify the deluxe price? I'm not sure what the reasoning was. Because I could understand it if they made Zords in that size too, but they never did. So I don't know what I don't know why they made them an inch bigger. They're all like 7-inch, right? So they're huge.
I remember original Goldar was he single packed and cheap?
Yep. Yeah.
Because he was a tad smaller, or is he just wingless?
He's the size of a Lightning Collection Ranger, basically. A little bigger, but same with Zed. But that's the thing, is like, if you're going to make Goldar that size, then why are you making all the Monsters of the Week? Again, they can be a little bigger, and they can be single card, like deluxe things. I would be fine with that. Like, at the end of the day, if it's something I want, especially with the monsters on the Lightning Collection, for me, like, the biggest thing with me is like, when they said they were going to do $60.
Well, first he's like, shoot, do I need to move to Canada? And then he heard the price.
No, you don't, clearly. I mean, there's lots of reasons to move to Canada. It's a good place to be, but the figure
I
prices
like it.
here
Like,
are
I'm not hating
ridiculous.
Canada, but
Me neither. So healthcare is nice. I like that. But when they originally launched the Monster Collection, I pretty much said, these are the 4 ones I want more than anything. And the first 4 they put out were the ones that I wanted. So I was like, oh, fuck. They literally took my whole want list right off the bat. Like, there's really only like a couple that I would still want. Like, even the last one that came out, that Snizzard or whatever, I bought it.
Didn't you hate him?
I don't really... Yeah, he's just whatever. He's fine. So...
What was the last figure you regret buying? Was it that?
That I regret.
I'll start first. Mine is Shuri Black Panther.
The thing is I bought Shuri Black Panther right when I kind of decided, like the day before I decided that I was going to sell my MCU stuff.
Yeah. So
I guess that might be one. I don't know.
For me, she's just so like, as soon as I opened the package, her little dinky figure fell out. Like, man, you're lame. Like, this is tiny. She reminds me of that Hasbro figure, the Fortnite Catwoman thing. She was that frail and tiny.
Yeah.
Even her open claw hands were kind of like,
I know.
They don't look like attack claws. They're like gun holding.
They're like holding hands or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. What would be? Yeah,
I like to throw these random questions out.
I don't know. I try to be positive about stuff, but there's a lot of ones that like I wish were better. Like Age of Apocalypse Cyclops. I fucking hate that figure so much. But it sucks because it's a design that I really love. So it's like I wish it was.
It's
better,
just the body choice, hey. Like
it is a body choice. If they would have put that on the Vulcan body or even the Spider-Man UK body, I would have been happy.
You don't feel compelled to make it?
I don't know. I did mod it slightly. I put new boots on it, but still.
Because I'm surprised you didn't try and just like take his arms off.
I may eventually, like Token Customs. One of my buddies will. He's going to be on in about a month or so, a little bit less. He took the head from Icarus, the non-power-eyed head from the Eternals Icarus.
Oh
figure,
yeah.
And put it on with the visor and the hairpiece from it, and it looks way better. But I don't know, man. I don't know. I have too much shit on my plate.
He's on Bucky Cap, right?
He's
not even on. I was wondering, like, could I put him on? what's his name? Quasar's body with his bigger feet.
But Quasar is a Bucky cap too, so
doesn't he have like the better upper body?
Yeah, he has the
feet?
better. Yeah, he has the better feet, not the upper body, but he has better.
Does he have children's feet still? That's what I hated.
Quasar has better feet, but I mean, you could just swap the feet out if that was the issue, right? There's bigger issues with that figure. The Bucky cap's the issue, so.
I thought the barrel chestedness of it, like I like the waist to chest ratio on those.
Me too.
It's just a shame everything else.
My biggest issue with Bucky cap at this point is it's been used and used and used and used, and like it hasn't been updated. So like,
yeah,
it just doesn't move the way I want a legend to move, especially at the price we're paying now.
Well, it's definitely outdated.
Yeah, and it's like you still see it. Like, look at even that new Ant-Man wave, right? All the figures come with all parts except one. Future Ant-Man comes with nothing other than a Build-A-Figure part. And it's just a Sunfire body. And I'm like, oh, you guys.
He's also arguably one of the ugliest things I've ever seen to be released. Like,
who's asking for that?
There's the, I forgot his name now. He's an Ant-Man, but he's kind of a jerk. I think he had an Irish name. No, he's just called the Black Ant.
Oh, the Black Ant. Yeah, that was that old Walgreens exclusive.
There's one more. They modernized him. I'm gonna try to look him up.
Oh, is it the one
it's
Scott Lang from? Oh, I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
O'Grady, that's his name. Eric O'Grady.
That's it. Yeah.
Like, do him in a modern suit. Like, if you're gonna go comic book, Ultron, why not more better choices than that Ant-Man we got? I don't know. It's just
I don't mind that new Ultron. Like, I like it. It looks like the color's a little different and the head does look better. I can't deny, but I'm selling off that part of my collection too. So aside from MCU, I'm also selling off my comic book Avengers, my comic book and
like, what are those? Like the anniversary?
So like Thor, Hulk, Captain America, Black Widow, Hawkeye, Wonder Man, Vision. Like I have a huge shelf of them, and I just bought them because I don't know. I just bought them.
The comic characters,
I guess. Yeah, but I don't need them. Like, I don't have attachment to those characters as comic book characters.
Yeah,
I want to make more space for X-Men because I really want to have a team of Astonishing. I want to have a team of Generation X. I want to finish off my Uncanny X-Force team. I want to make a team of original X-Men. So there's still a lot that I want to do, right? But Marcus Yee says, I left the Lightning collection, but I have the urge every once in a while to get some monsters. They look so odd. So yeah, so like there are some cool ones, like Pudgy Pig, super fun. I really like that one. I like the Eye Guy, even though he was underpainted. So I ended up repainting.
You modified him though, so that's good.
Yeah, I repainted him, yeah. Even like Pumpkin Rapper and King Sphinx were both characters that like I was a big fan of. So, I was happy to get them, but I don't know. They still leave a lot to be like I always say with the Lightning Collection stuff, just wait till it goes on sale. It always goes on sale. So
I got the recently I got the Ryu and Chun-Li, the Power Rangers one.
Yeah, I saw that you
got those. Mine feel hollow. Like they feel cheaper than the normal Lightning Collection.
I'm passing. I don't need them.
Yeah.
I might have a harder time if they came with unmasked heads, but they don't. So
yeah, they don't. So you can
save me.
I didn't really care. Oh, you can read more.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Marcus said if we're talking regrets, Lightning Collection, Mighty Morphin Power Ranger, Ninja Rangers. Interesting. What did you not like about them? I don't mind them. I wish they moved a little more fluidly, but I skipped them.
I wanted a movie suit. I wanted movie suits.
I think there's rights issues with those, but as soon as those come out, I'm in.
Yeah.
Juggernaut Wave Phoenix. I didn't like the original head, but once I got the Dark Phoenix wave, I added that extra head from there, and I liked it. And Amazing Friends 3-pack Iceman. Yeah, that looks pretty rough. I skipped that. So
yes, I was going to mention the Jada toys for the price points. Those are good price points.
Oh man,
$25
for those. They look
and
great.
There's no deluxe versions.
I saw in the group chat that Telford was like, Storm's better. Yes. Sorry, Telly, but I gotta tell you, I've handled Storm, I've handled figure arts, and figure arts are 1,000 times. The Storm stuff they can't hit the poses. They're just too beefy. Like, they're way too beefcake. They don't hit the poses. They can't. I know Telly says you can, but I played with them at Elvin's house for like all night trying to get them to hit poses, and I couldn't get them to hit most of the poses. So Figure arts I have no issue with, but I'm so excited for the Jada stuff because it looks.
Look at this price points too. Like look
and,
what you get.
And the portraits are verse screen. Like they're meant to mimic the verse screen from Street Fighter 2. So
yeah,
they're very accurate to the book, the game that I like the most, right? So, and yes, I'll definitely be buying. I'm gonna buy all of them, even though I already have a Ryu and a Chun-Li in my display from Figure Arts. I'm still gonna buy them, and I'll put the extras at work. So. Because I really want Fei Long, really. And then, like, I got a Delsum from Andrew from our swap this year. So with the extra Delsum from Series 2, I'll just put it at work. I'll build, like, a display at work, too, and that way I can support the line. I'm more excited for Mega Man than I am Street Fighter, if I'm being honest. I am excited for Street Fighter, but I'm super excited for Mega Man.
This is your year.
Yep, it is.
But hopefully we get the complete Robot Masters. That's always been the problem.
I hope so. I really wish they were going to shake it up because it looks like they're going to do per game. Because so far, even with the second wave, it looks like we're getting Cutman and Elecman as the Robot Masters. So I'm assuming the next one will be Gutsman and Bombman because
didn't they tease
Gutsman's my favorite. Gutsman's my favorite Robot Master. So I hope that's what we're getting next.
You'll get him. You can't not have Gutsman.
It just sucks because even I'm gonna buy them, but if I was gonna pick the two that I would want from Mega Man 1, it's the two that haven't been announced. Gutsman and Bombman are my two favorite Robot Masters from 1.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm pretty bummed that we got all the other 4 before we got the 2 I really want, but that's okay. They all look great, so I'm in. So Marcus says we needed a new Black Ant Eric O'Grady or even plain Ant-Man Eric O'Grady. I personally would have swapped Ultron and future Ant-Man with Nadia Pym Wasp and classic Yellow Jacket. Yeah, that would have been a great choice.
Yeah, Nadia would have been good.
Yeah, that would have been great. I think Yellow Jacket's well overdue as well, but maybe just because of tooling. Because I can imagine that the movie figures are all mostly new with the exception of Wasp's arms because they're not double jointed. So,
oh God, come on, guys.
I know. Marcus said the Ninja Rangers felt cheap. Lots of QC issues. Yeah, that is true. There was lots of QC issues. You're right. Marcus says Matthew is discriminating against beefy boys. What a shame. Nah, that's fine. I just, they're just big.
He just doesn't want them in his display if they can't.
Nah, they're just. I just wish
if he can't hit the poses.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The storm. Yeah. Yeah, they just. I mean, I don't think of Ryu as a fucking beefcake. Like he looks like he's built like Zangief. It's bonkers, man. Like it's way too much. So I don't know. It's fine. I don't hate it. I don't. If someone was like, "Hey, do you want all these Storm collectibles for $20?" I'd be like, "Yep, I sure do."
Ew, gross. Get these away from me. No.
But I wouldn't spend the money that they're worth. And I mean, think about it, right? Like they've been making Street Fighter figures and Mortal Kombat figures for what, like 5 years? They still don't even have one roster finished. Give me a fucking break. But we have 50 Scorpions and 25 fucking Ryus. It's just like, it's annoying. It just frustrates me. Okay, I'm going to see if this stamp works. Wish me luck.
Good luck.
Gonna hit it with a little bit of rubbing alcohol just before I do so it doesn't stick. Gotta make sure I get... Oh, it did work. Great. It's always nice when your plan comes to fruition, you know? The nice thing about these textured...
It surprises me when I'm like, oh, it worked.
I know, me too. The thing I like about working on like movie figures, realistic figures, is I don't have to sand whenever I sculpt because it's like I like it to keep the detail of the figure. So I like very rarely end up sanding them unless there's like just like one spot that's like super noticeably wrong. Nice. I don't know if this will show up on camera, but let's take a look and see. I'm gonna do this. No, you can't really see. It is working though, which is great. Ryu's a bear on the low. Fuck yeah. It's funny. Oh man. Well, we can probably start wrapping up in a few here, D. I could spin over 2 hours. It's crazy how fucking time flies when you're doing this. Do you find that on Monday nights that your time just fucking disappears?
Even on A&R, I look up like, oh, it's 11, because Jess has to make sure the cats don't like run near my door and howl at my door to come in. So
they just want to see you. They're like,
I look up and it's like, oh, it's been like 2 hours.
I know, it's crazy, right? It always flies.
Well, I got her arm
Time
done.
always flies. Let's have a look.
Double jointed.
Nice.
So
how do you like working with those double joints?
This was this is a complete kiss back. This was Princess Leia's body.
Oh, really?
Pretty decent blank body. Yeah. I wanted her smaller than the teen body.
Right. The teen body is just a bit too big still.
Yeah. So she's technically smaller. She just has an afro. I see people asking a lot of like, they're trying to make, what's her name? What's Wolverine's second clone called? There's Laura and Honey Badger.
Yeah.
People ask like, what's the perfect body Marvel Legends wise to use her? I'm like, the smallest body you're gonna find is Sprite from Eternals, or I personally like the Princess Leia. It's just blank.
Yeah, that's the New Hope one, or is that
the one with the robe? They keep re-releasing her.
Yeah, it's just a blank body. Yeah, those arms are super thin. That's my only beef.
So funny, you should say that. It fits the Marvel Legends upper body.
Oh, really?
And it's still proportionate. That's why I was able to use thicker arms.
So that's a Marvel Legends teen upper body?
It's the what's the mid body? Boom Boom's body.
Oh, okay, nice. Oh, okay, nice.
But the teen body works too. It's just I didn't want their stupid arms.
Yeah,
like they have the weirdest single jointed thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. Can you pull that back again? Can I see again proportion-wise?
Oh.
I don't need to compare it. I just want to see. Yeah, that does work really well. So that's a Leia body. And
here's my complete one. Leia body, and then
that's smart.
Marvel Legends upper body fits on it.
That's so smart. I would not have thought of that.
Because I wanted the Marvel Legends head. Leia's neck joint doesn't work. It's just too thin.
Yeah.
I wanted their Marvel Legends arms, but that didn't end up working because they had single jointed female arms at the time.
Right.
So I used a Fortnite figure, Overwatch figure. That was at $5.
Thank you, GameStop.
Yeah, $5 deals. The arm was just fodder that I made. You have
the backpack.
The backpacks from Overwatch.
Yeah,
with the straps were from Gwenpool. This is just a mismatch of things. So
yeah, that is a mash.
Yeah. You can take the backpack off if you wanted to. There's no reason to. Yeah, I don't know. I just came to me. I wanted to make something different, so I did.
So you did, and it looks great.
It scales perfectly, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's awesome. That works so well. I have to remember that.
Yeah.
Because that Leia body, I think I actually have a Leia that I can't get rid of. So maybe I'll take her out of my sale bin and keep her on hand.
You need like a smaller than teen. That's it for sure.
That's it. That's the one. Marcus says, that's so cool. I couldn't even tell it was Princess Leia. He said, I thought the arm was from like a D&D cartoon Diana figure. There's just so many options.
There is. And with those D&D figures.
Yep.
There's more options.
There's a bit of missed opportunity articulation wise on those, I feel. I watched Robo's review and I was like, those could be better.
Are they less than He-Man's? Because you know Mattel's there, but not quite sometimes.
Yeah. I do know what you mean there. Especially with like the WWE stuff. I mean, the Ultimates are good, but the Elite stuff before it was kind of like left a lot to be desired. So trying to get this stamp to work on this part. It's good on the pegs because it's just a small spot, but this is like the whole lower arm.
So do you just...
I'm just going around and stamping it, and then I'll rub down with some rubbing alcohol, and then I'll do it again in a few spots that I wash out. it's like mostly working, but it's not quite working how I want it to. On all the on all the pins, it's working, but on the lower arms, it's not working as nicely. So, but at least on the pins, it is. If I have to go over it again, I will. I wonder if I can just like cut this so it's got like a bend in it. I wonder if I can just cut that out. I only really need it for tonight's session, and then after tonight, I don't really need it again. So
I forgot if you said, is that stuff reusable? Like if you heat it up again?
Yeah, you just heat it up and it's back to normal, and you just do it again. It works really good. Yeah, it's really useful for this sort of stuff. Texturing, if you want to maintain a texture like that was existing and you're trying to blend it in, it works really well for that. So yeah, I've used it a lot of times. I've used it for similarly, like I used this when I did a movie vision back in the day.
Yeah.
I used the Superman movie figure, a Henry Cavill figure.
Oh, because it's textured?
Yeah, and then like all the spots that I added sculpt, I was just able to do this same idea.
Yeah.
Not as well, but you know, back in the day it was not
trial and error.
Yeah.
Now you're an expert.
Yeah, now I'm a fucking master at it. Not a master, but it's working-ish.
I still love the shoulder thing you showed me, where you just slice the joint.
It works well.
I still get some naysayers, but I'm like, hey man, it works for me. That's all that matters.
Yep, same here. Works for me, so I'll take it. Okay, let's try this one more time. All right. Are you gonna go see Ant-Man right away, or do you guys cover that? I know Elvin does a lot of stuff on. I don't watch.
I'm seeing it on the 17th.
Are you? Yeah. Is that the Thursday or the Friday?
It's the Friday, because on the 16th we're going to a podcast like live show.
Oh, really?
Friends with Bobby Lee and not me and Jess are not Elvin.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh yeah, that sounded like we were doing it. No, absolutely not.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to go watch a show. Yeah.
Gotcha. So it's a live podcast. What is that? Sorry.
It's called Bad Friends with Bobby Lee, like from Mad TV, that Asian dude.
Oh, cool.
And Andrew Santino, he's a comedian.
Oh, nice. That'll be fun.
Yeah.
And it's just like a live podcast?
Yeah, and they just engage with the audience and stuff. So it's like just basically a comedy show.
That's fun. Are you guys doing Fan Expo at all?
So I don't necessarily love Fan Expo.
Yeah, I'm not really huge on it. I'm going to Ontario this year for it though.
That one, I'm curious how it is over there.
It's really, I know, I haven't been myself, but Ryan goes every year and he said it's huge. So
yeah,
we're going to go for 3 of the 4 days, I think. We're not going to go all 4.
Here, it just feels like a watered down Comic-Con.
It does. Well, man, I remember the few times that I've been to the one here, and like I think I went with Elvin one year, and we walked through the whole thing in 45 minutes. And I was like, that's it? Like, this is Vancouver. This is embarrassing.
That and the price and what you just described.
I can't remember.
Yeah, pretty expensive for what you get.
Yeah, that's too bad.
And then I'd really only go for the vendors, and I don't see why. Because I can just go to them anytime.
Go to the stores?
Yeah. It's just that convenience thing where they're all in one location.
It's like, oh, okay. And then all the prices are more too. So
yeah. Well, I paid to get in, so.
Yeah, there you go. That's funny. All right, almost finished this. I'm going to finish this up. And then we can wrap this up real quick. All right, there we go. I'm not loving these lower arms. I'm going to have to redo them.
You mentioned you didn't like the darkness of it?
Just of the softer purples.
Yeah. Are you going to try to like lighten them up somehow or no?
No, I'm just because I'm painting it anyways, so it doesn't really matter. I'm going to end up with a color that's kind of in between the two, I think. So like a purple shade in between. So I remember when Bobby Lee was on Hot Ones. Marcus,
I like that. It's a good background show. Have you seen Hot Ones?
I haven't seen a lot of it, to be honest. I've watched a little bit. I know what it is. I've seen a bit of it, but yeah. I think I watched. Which ones did I watch? I watched Paul Rudd. I watched.
He's funny. I could watch him in anything.
Me too, man. That guy's a trip. He's very funny. I'm just fucking dicing this thing up. I'm trying to save the lower arms if I can. But I don't
Did you
know
cut
if I'm
them?
gonna be...
Oh yeah, I can see that video.
I'm just trying to cut the stamp just so I can maneuver it a little easier.
Yeah.
I should have made a smaller one to try not to control like a whole section, you know. I should have just done.
Oh, like it's patches basically.
Yeah,
Like a smaller snap.
yeah.
Whoops.
Yep. So that's okay though. This should hopefully work. I'll cut that. There we go. That might work, and it's got a little bit of a natural curve to it. So, all right, let's try one more time before we wrap this up. Get some more rubbing alcohol up on that shit. Oh, that's actually working a little bit better. Yay! I like when things get semi-salvaged.
It's better than doing it from scratch all over again.
I agree. I'll hit up a few spots afterwards and touch them up.
Yeah.
But
sounds like you're
yeah,
good
overall I can handle that. I can handle it. I mean, at the end of the day, you probably won't even be able to tell, to be honest.
I can tell. Well, when it's your own stuff, like you.
Yeah, I know. You're your own worst enemy, right? You just can't look past it. It is. That's very accurate.
I took the accidentally butterfly joint came out of someone
Yep.
And rally, and I put it back in, but it
didn't sit properly.
It's slightly raised, and I'm sculpting over it anyway, but I know it's not right.
You can tell. Yeah, I know. That's the problem. Is you can tell, and that's the only thing.
No one will ever see it.
Yeah, yeah. That's with Banshee too. Actually, that's funny that you say that. That happened to me with Banshee. As I was taking off the shoulders, I popped one of the joints out. I was like, "Oh no!" And it just didn't sit nicely after the fact. And I was like, "Ah!" But it's hidden under like a shoulder.
That's the thing.
Pad,
no one's gonna know.
Yeah, you won't even notice it. And ultimately, it's just for me, so I don't really care.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
yeah, you're usually the one who talks me down. Because I'm like, oh, I want to make this removable and have like, just in case she doesn't need this arm anymore, and have it. And you're like, if it's not for you and it's for someone else, they're never gonna use that feature. So yeah,
true. Don't overdo it if you don't have to.
Yeah,
that's the thing. Is like even when I was doing Warbird, and I did that big like crazy armored hair that she has.
Yeah,
I was originally gonna make it like movable, but then once I got to that point, I was like, I can't make this movable. Like it's too it's bulky, and like I'm worried that it's gonna scratch, and like because it's white paint over green stuff, I'm like, if it scratches, it's gonna be so noticeable. So I decided to just put it in and not move it, articulate it. So, but I don't think Neil cared. I think he was like, whatever, it works.
Honestly, I think the only people who care are us.
Yeah, that's true. All right, Dee, we've been doing this for 2 hours and 24 minutes.
Oof.
I think it's time. I think it's time to wrap her up.
Yeah. All right.
Where can we find you at? His Instagram. I'll bring that up again. Let's see, banners. So for anybody wondering, you go ahead.
Okay, well, on Mondays, I do the Astonishing News and Reviews. That's A&R Universe on Instagram. And then I also have a poorly managed Instagram myself, Hostile CC. It's hostile_CC for anyone wondering why I chose that dark name. It's just my cat's name. Her name is CC, and she's a bitch. So there you go. There's the history of that.
I didn't know
Chris
that.
was supposed to join, but he wasn't able to make it. But he's also a great customizer. His name is Chris_Fur. It's Chris Star, one word, _Fur, PHER4.
There you go. Yeah, check Chris out too. He's again another great customizer and local and friend. So and part of the A&R team as well. So yeah, go show all these guys some love, please, if you haven't already. And you know, A&R is always putting out a shit ton of content, and it's of the highest quality. I will say. Elvin spares
his ego's so big already. No, I'm just kidding. Elvin's great. Elvin's great. We're kidding.
Elvin is great. Alvin is great. Even with his dad jokes, he's still great. It's funny. And then next week, what do we got here? Next week, I got Life with Brock. And again, not live, but it will be a premiere at 9 p.m. Next Wednesday. We're going to pre-record it on Friday. Did you ever watch This Week in Customs?
There's so many things coming and going.
He did it for like.
But yes, I have.
Years.
Yes.
Yeah, he did it a long time ago. He kind of got out of it when I actually don't know why. I'm going to find out while he's with me. So I'm really excited to talk to him. It's been a minute since we've really chatted, so I'm pretty stoked. When he said yes, I was like, fuck yeah. And then he told me a schedule, and I'm like, fuck no.
He's like, no, God, why?
It'd be better to do it live, but I also am just like, all right.
It's hard. At least you have more like control. You have more control this way too, I guess.
It's true. So, and then just as a reminder for any customizers out there who might be considering it, Legendary Summer Swap signups are live till February 24th. Check us out on Instagram at Legendary Secret Swap. And if you're interested in signing up, just send us a DM and we will get back to you. It'll be Draven, not me, but still, check it out and get in touch if you are interested in joining us. So, and then of course, as always, join me and Moose Milk Media on Saturday nights at 10 p.m. here on YouTube. At Moose Milk Media on YouTube. We'll be going over The Last of Us episodes 4 and 5 and our usual shenanigans. That's it.
It's a shame that show's so good because I like watching Moose Milk when it's just shit. Like when you guys watch something crappy and then I get to watch him just be mad about it.
Ryan gets mad about shit a lot and it's funny.
Just
it's
usually like stunned expression where he's like, I don't believe anything this bad was made to be viewed by the human eye. Like you could see his expression is just disappointment and anger.
Pure disappointment. It is pretty funny, I will say. So, Dee, thank you very much for taking the time out of your Wednesday night to do this with me. I really appreciate it.
It's fun. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, man. Of course. We'll do it again. We'll see if we can get the whole gang of you guys here next time. Yeah. Hopefully Chris can join us and maybe even Alvin. So
sounds good.
You can do 2.5 hours of dad jokes straight.
Oh God, I immediately leave.
We'll all stab ourselves with our sculpting tools. So, all right, everybody. Thank you very much. If you haven't already, please hit that like button and subscribe and all that good shit. And we will see you next Wednesday. Peace.
See you guys.
out.
Thank you.